All right, all right. I think we are live. We are all set up. Let me go ahead and close this real quick. All right. What is good, everyone? What is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream. Oh my gosh. Today we got another great show for you guys. So much news to get into. So much stuff to talk about. So much exciting different things to go over with the Nintendo Switch 2, with gaming, with everything. Oh man, it's going to be awesome, dude. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait to get into today's show. We've got so much stuff to get into. Like I said, Doug Bowser talking about stuff. We've got other stuff that's stuffing. We've got we've got Nintendo Switch 2 cartridges update. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty crazy what's going on right now. But first and foremost, I want to say what up to everybody here in the chat. Everybody is welcome. So I want to say what's up to everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We're going to have a great show. First, if you're here and you want me to say what up to you, make sure you say what up. So even if you're lurking, I would love to say hi to everybody here. So make sure you guys say what up. My man Dior is always here. Sorry for streaming late too. I had some stuff that popped up, some different things that popped up. I wanted to stream earlier, but I could not stream earlier. But I am here. Friday will probably stream super late for JoJo Friday, or it might be early. I'm not really sure. But either way, I'm excited. Party Man Cart loves the thumbnail. Bead Queen Nick 93 is here. What's up? Party Man, Bead Queen, Dior, like always, welcome. The Three Musketeers. Let's go. Let's see here. Still mad about $80 game. I'm still not used to 70. Hey man, I feel you on that one, dude. If you're worried about 80, you can always do the bundle for Mario Kart 8 World. Or Mario Kart 8. No, sorry. Mario Kart World. Mario Kart 8. I'm so used to saying Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart World. There's always the bundle option if you don't want to pay 80 for Mario Kart World, which I think that people aren't really talking about that. I mean, people are talking about it, but people aren't really talking about it. It's $30 off if you want that. So yeah, that's the only game that's 80 from what I can tell. So if that's the game that you want, then I would definitely say opt for the bundle. So yeah, let's see here. Nick 93, what's up, Nick 93? Welcome. Let's see here. Shout outs to Party Man Carts. I'm getting my money worth plus save money, getting both. So I guess I got. There you go. More power to boycotters, but so many people are crying. Still committing to buy Mario Kart regardless. The war of Mario Kart World, $80 vast game, years of replay value. I'm in. Yeah, it's gonna be subjective based off of how you feel on gaming. Like I said, I don't know if you guys watch the Spawncast, but I kind of talked about that, and I said, listen. Nothing's MSRP doesn't really mean anything to me. I know a lot of gamers live by MSRP. 70 doesn't mean just because a game is 70 and that's what Sony said the standard was doesn't mean that that's the standard you got to uphold. A game doesn't have to be worth 70 just because Sony says that it's worth 70. A game does not have to be worth 80 just because Nintendo says that the game is worth 80. You essentially have to make your own decision. I'm getting kind of tired of people, and I've said this before. I didn't say this before Nintendo did this, so I've said this before. You can make your own decision. Like Sony, like stop letting these suits tell you what the standard is. If something is 70 and it's not worth 70, then it's not worth 70. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You don't gotta say, oh, well, since they said it's 70, I guess everything's just okay. Don't get me wrong. It'd be better if things are lower the price that they are, but you don't have to pay anything for anything. Like, you don't have to pay for anything. Like, if you don't think something's worth it, then it's not worth it, you know? That's it. That's the end of the day.
So many news lol. First I saw that Onoit's Alex reacting and coping over your why I sold my Stream Deck Gold for SW 2 inches video. And keep saying the misinfo on you cannot sell your GameKey card lol. And meltdown over no Hall effect for Joy-Con 2.
Let's see here. Reacting and coping over your why I sold my Steam Deck for Switch 2 video. Oh, did he react to it? That's awesome. I think that's why I got a huge jump of people disliking it and people saying it. I don't know why he would be worried. Shoutouts. I didn't know he reacted to it, but that's good. That's good publicity. Yeah, I got a surge of new subs and a surge of dislikes on that video, so I appreciate Alex doing that. But I don't know why he's worried about me selling my Steam Deck. I still have a PC, a gaming PC. There's no point in getting upset about another grown man selling their system. I have, like I said in the video, I don't think he watched the whole thing, but I have made a full, I have had that Steam Deck for well over a year now at this point, and I have not made any content. I spent $550 on the Steam Deck, right? I have not made a single piece of content on the Steam Deck outside of me just saying I have one, but I have not made anything off of it. It's been a thing that just sits there. it's for people. And I said that in my video. What's up, Blanju? And I said that in my video, that it's definitely good. Like, it's for people. It's whatever. And I explained exactly the reason why it's not for me in particular and my own personal review of it. That's it. It's not that people shouldn't buy it like other people. I just think that for me, it's not worth it for me. So I sold it to put that towards Nintendo Switch 2. You know, that's it. Like, that's it. You know? It's not really anything more or less. Like, and it's not worth I didn't know if he reacted to it. I didn't know. Nobody told me that he did. But I mean, I appreciate him reacting to the video. You know, and any publicity is good publicity. And if the people actually watch the video, you'll know that I'm not hating on Steam Deck. I simply just gave my own personal opinion on the Steam Deck. That's my own personal opinion, is that it's just not for me. There's a lot of tinkering that you have to do with it. Once again, Power World still doesn't work. It never worked for me. Never at a single point in its time. And I tried to boot up Power World multiple times. It never worked for me. And that was a game that I really wanted to play on there. That was one of the games that I really wanted to play on my Steam Deck, was Power World. And it never worked for me. Not a single time. Like, I looked up stuff and I tried to do it, and it wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet worked better for me. And that game barely worked. So the whole thing about Steam Deck, it's not to hate on Steam Deck and say that it's a trash system. It's a device. People can like it. It's good for what you want to do it with. Or if you're a PC gamer, or if you like tinkering around, or if you like emulation. I don't like any of that type of stuff. So for me, I just sold it towards that. Once again, I've had it for quite a while. I gave it an honest shot. I put, 15 plus hours on Persona. I put some more time on some other games, and it's just not for me. And that's it. I don't think anybody should cope. I mean, I don't know if he actually did, but I mean, if he did, like, I don't need to react to it or anything like that. It's fine. But like, I don't think anybody should be upset over me selling a piece of technology that I have. Like, I don't care if people can I sold my Nintendo Switch for a Steam Deck OLED. I'd be like, okay, cool. You sold your Nintendo Switch for a Steam Deck OLED. You know what I'm saying? Like, great, there's no problem with you selling your Switch for a Steam Deck OLED, or I sold my Switch for a PS5, or I sold my Switch for an Xbox. I don't care what you guys sell your systems. It's your system. It's your device. Why am I worried about what you are spending your money on or what you are selling? If you're not using something, then sell it. Or if you want to sell it, then sell it. I don't think I've ever reacted on currently that I can remember on anybody's video that I saw out there saying I'm selling my Switch, or I'm getting rid of my Switch. Like, I don't care what people do with their systems. Like, you can do whatever you want with it, so it's kind of weird for someone to be like, I think he's in his 30s. It's kind of weird for someone in their 30s to be upset about another grown person selling something to buy something else, because I'm pretty sure everybody here has sold something to get something else, tech wise, clothing, whatever, like automobile, sold one car to get a different car, or you sold one piece of tech to get another piece of tech, or you sold this camera to get this, or I mean, like, it's a very common thing to do. I only talked about it because, once again, it was my last time to really talk about it, having the Steam Deck in my hand. I literally already had that system sold. But like, while I was recording that video, that system was pretty much sold, I think, while I was recording, or like right before. So it was the only opportunity that I was going to have to actually show that I had the Steam Deck before, and I just wanted to get that done. Like I said, I didn't make anything off the Steam Deck. I thought I was going to create content on it. I didn't make anything off the Steam Deck the whole time that I had it. So it was just like $550 paperweight almost. Once again, it's good. There's a market for it, but it's not for me. Shout outs to we got 2 more donos coming in. Oh, we got a couple more donos. Greg with the $1.99, and it says spending an entire college fund to buy Switch 2. Shout outs. Johnny as well with the $2.99. Chris the Shriner Dog with the 8 months. Thank you so much, Chris the Shriner Dog, tuning in here. Johnny with the 1 month. Let's go. Jazzy Jefferson said, I thought they said Steam Deck is a different market to Switch, not comparable. Yet my timeline is people trying to force my Steam Deck is better than Switch 2 narrative. I mean, yeah, like, listen, and if you think it's better, that's fine too. Like, I don't, like, it's funny. People can have whatever opinion that they want to have, on the Steam Deck or on the Switch 2 or whatever. I mean, people are going to probably make videos saying this or that. Like, it is what it is. But I mean, one thing that I'm not going to do is that if somebody makes a video, I'm not going to go there and like complain on that video. I mean, I don't know if there was misinformation. You said misinformation on my there was misinformation on my what's it called, misinfo that you can't sell your game key card. You can definitely sell your game key card. Like, from what I understand with the game key card, you need the game key card to actually boot up the game. So it operates very much like a physical game. John Spawnwave also talked about that as well. There's nothing that we know right now that doesn't say anything about the keycard, but I don't understand why an all digital PC gamer, because PC gamer is all digital and Steam Deck is all digital, why would they be upset with a game card key? That makes zero sense for a PC gamer, a self-proclaimed PC gamer, and someone that likes the Steam Deck or someone that likes digital. Like, PC's all digital. What are you worried about a game key card for? Like, what does it matter? Even if you couldn't sell your game key card, what does it matter if you couldn't sell it? PC gaming is all digital anyway. So what are you upset about? Like, Steam Deck is all digital. There is no physical option for Steam Deck. So you don't even have the option to have a fake physical on Steam Deck. So what is your problem? You know, like, that makes no sense. I've seen digital and Game Pass gamers upset, making rage about the game key cards. I'm like, what are you guys upset about? You're all digital anyway. You're Game Pass anyway. Like, what are you upset about? You know, that doesn't make any sense. Now, I can understand Nintendo gamers being a little bit upset with that. Absolutely, 100%, because physical is, you know, where a lot of Nintendo gamers buy the games. They want to see physical. Like, I get that. And even maybe PlayStation 5 gamers that go all physical, although, you know, the data says there's way more digital. But even PS5 has a lot of full physical, so I can even get that. I got a ton of full physical, you know, games on my PS5, but it makes zero sense for anybody that's into Xbox and PC. Really, Game Pass, Steam Deck, ROG Ally, PC. What are you worried about game key cards for? Like, it makes zero sense. You guys do all digital anyway. So the all digital option's still there. If you want it, it's still there. Like, it's not going away. You know, so yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. People are getting really kind of weird. I don't know. I think this system might threaten them a little bit. 18. Let's go. Shout outs. Thank you guys so much for the support coming. I'm going to get through all this here.
Sin against humanity.
Okay.
One just doesn't sell their Steam Deck for a Nintendo product while walking amongst us. The Steam ninjas are on the way to shave your beard off.
Oh, man.
Prepare yourself to be beardless.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not good. That's not good, man. I mean, listen, guys. I tried. I gave it a good shot. I tried. You know, I gave it an honest shot. In the video, if you watch, you guys can tell it was from the heart. I was shooting from the hip. I wasn't, you know, BSing. I have not been making negative videos on Steam Deck. I know that's the next thing that they did. They went to go see if I made a bunch of negative videos on Steam Deck. I have not been making negative videos on Steam Deck. So, I mean, yeah, man. Let's see here. Shout outs to Jazzy Jefferson, though. Thank you for the big $10 dono. We're going to get the Stream Ninja and Stream Hokage. Jazzy Jefferson with the $10. You are the Stream Ninja Stream Hokage. We'll get you up on the board as well. Just another artist with the $5 says, anonymous dev for the Switch 2 on Family Word said DF analysis is pretty conservative, which is not unreasonable considering they have what they have access to. Yeah, I did watch the DF analysis this morning when I was working out. And yeah, it's definitely on the conservative side based off of what we've seen so far. Based off the actual footage, it's more on the conservative side, but I think it's okay to be a bit more on the conservative side than not. Some devs put it at a mid-range PC for the Switch 2. So I think, once again, I think it's going to be based off of development tools, atmosphere. Like I said in my video, you know, I was exactly right about the Switch 2 power. Specs wise, you can't compare spec to spec. As a dev, you're going to be looking at the tools, the development, the memory bank. You're going to be looking at everything, and you're going to see new processes and things to make it better. It doesn't matter if 1 + 1 = 2. With the Switch, 1 + 1 might equal 4, you know, compared to on Xbox or on PS4 or Xbox One, 1 + 1 = 2. But on Nintendo Switch, 1 + 1 might equal 3 or 4, right? So it's a little bit different. We'll do some stuff at the end, Baron. We'll do some stuff at the end. I got you, though, brother. If you can stick around for a while, let me get through everything here and kind of get through the normal stuff. And then if you can stick around, we got you for sure. Shout outs, though. Welcome to the stream. Minato Mario with the $1 dono says he and his chats also mock you for for not playing much games on your Steam Deck. Make lies how games don't optimize well on Switch 2. Also, Alex calls you Reforge Gaming Nintendo. I also DM'd a screenshot of the meme I made, by the way, a Switch 2 key card. Hey, look, man, it's all good. You know, I have no problem. I don't know what Alex's issue is overall. But hey, you know what? You can send him back this. Let him know. Much love, Alex. I appreciate you. I don't know why you're so upset or salty over my video, but I'm more than happy to have you on. Once again, I will have Alex, you guys let him know. I don't watch his channel, so, I mean, whatever, you know. But Alex, if you're watching or if somebody wants to get him, I'm more than happy to have you on a debate here about Nintendo Switch, about the game key cards, about the Steam Deck, whatever you want to talk to me about, brother, I am here for you to get that done. So let me know, man. If I'm Reforged, come prove it. It's easy to say it on your stream with a bunch of your fans, but you want to make me be out to be somebody else? Come prove it. I'm more than happy and confident. I've been gaming just as long, if not as long as you. So if you think I'm stupid, or if you think I'm dumb, or I'm just shilling or whatever, you can come here and you can prove it. But nothing I said in that video is anything too extreme. Nothing I said in that video is objectively false. One, it's just my opinion, okay? And two, once again, I said that the system is fine. So what are you guys upset about? This is why I'm saying, like, there's a little bit of salt with some of these guys, because the Switch 2 comes and it's a little bit better system, and now you're upset. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you're upset because the Switch 2 comes out and someone says, oh, well, you know, they don't want a Steam Deck, they want a Switch 2. That makes you upset. If someone said, I don't want a Switch 2, I want a Steam Deck, I'd be like, all right, okay, that's funny, sure, go get one. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're different types of systems, they're not the same type of thing, you know. But I mean, listen, it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, if anybody wants to relay this back to him, maybe I'll DM him. I'm down for a debate on anything that he wants to talk about. Right here, he can stream it, I can stream it. I'm down for a one-on-one debate on game key cards, on Switch 2, on a old man like myself selling my own products. If you want to debate me on what if I can sell my own products and make content on that, feel free. I mean, you're gonna lose instantly because it's just my opinion. But if you want to debate a grown man selling his products, that's fine too. I'll debate anything that he wants me. So you guys can relay that to him. I don't watch his channel, but I've only seen clips sometimes on Twitter. But if he wants to talk to me, I'm more than happy to have that conversation right here, or he can stream it too. Yeah, we'll see about that. So you can let him know, Minato. Let's see here. Casual Noob with the or Steam Deck Warrior. Thank you for the $3, Steam Deck Warrior. Also, Gloria Redman with the $20 and says, just because. Yo, thank you so much, Gloria. I appreciate that big $20 dono. Yo, let's go. Shout outs. Casual Noob with the 46 months as well says, hey, OJ, did you see Nintendo Prime Video? He contacted Nintendo and United Kingdom support and got confirmation upgrades will be on cartridge. I did not see the video yet, but I did see that there was I think it was Nintendo Everything, or yeah, Nintendo Everything. The UK customer support is now saying something different. That's what we're going to talk about today. Shout outs to my son too. He's also in the background going off. 777 with the $7.77 says, I need to know when the pre-order for Switch 2 is. My Switch 2 money is sitting in my account staring at me. We need info, Nintendo. LOL. Yeah, we gotta wait till Tariff Mania is done. Also, shout outs to my man Kenny Gamble. Thank you for the gifted, or thank you for becoming a membership. Yo, shout outs to Kenny. Let's go, man. Thank you for the Jonin tier pledge. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. I think we're well over 60 at this point. So shout outs, guys. Let's keep it rolling. We out here. I haven't had time to actually even hit us with any combo breaks or anything. Baron, we can join the stream with Baron. We have way too many people. So what we're gonna do is Baron's gonna join up in just a little bit. Let me get through the opening dialogue. Let me get you guys' comments and questions and all that good stuff, and then we'll get Baron on as well. Trust me, we'll get it. Let's see. I think Steam Deck fans are just threatened because they won't easily be able to emulate Switch 2 titles till at least late 2020s, early 2030s, late 2020. I mean, I don't know if they'll even be able to, considering the power of the Switch 2 stuff. So I mean, I think maybe the next Steam Deck will be able to do it better. But that might be part of it for sure. That might be part of it. Let's see. So the games are going to be 70 or 80. Are they still going to be the whole DLC content or not? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Some games are going to be 70, some games are going to be 80, some games are cheaper, some games are 40, some games are 60. There's really a range of prices on the games for Switch 2 right now, Razor. Right now we have like anything with DLC, a Nintendo Switch 1 edition that has DLC attached to it, like the Star-Crossed World, that's going to be, if you want the Switch 2 edition, that's going to be 80. Jamboree TV, I think Jamboree TV, plus Mario Party Jamboree, also Star-Crossed Worlds, but that has the DLC on it. Tears of the Kingdom is also 80 because that has the upgrade. But if you already have the game, you don't need to buy the whole Switch 2 cartridge. You can just buy the upgrade pack. Mario Kart, in terms of Switch 2 games, just standard Switch 2 games, that's the only game that's 80 right now. Could change though. There could be more. Donkey Kong Bonanza is 70. So yeah. Let's see here. Shout outs to their two favorite YouTubers. Hey, let's go. Tariff Mania, baby. People are acting like Switch One BC is horrible when Sony's still selling PS2 and on hold with PS5. I don't know what you're talking about, TM. But so yeah, Huddy with the $3. And he says, okay, it's gonna read it.
I wish games were only $70, but
Only.
I'm crazy for thinking this whole drop the price is mostly just a dogpile bandwagon. The only thing I'm interested that's overpriced is Mario Kart, which is essentially $10 more than I'd like. Outrage feels dramatic. Person shrugging.
I think that there's definitely a considerable amount of Nintendo fans that are being legitimately and honest with that. There are some people that are piling on, because like I said, there are people that are piling on that legitimately don't care. The Switch would be their secondary system. You know, it doesn't matter, but they're just doing it right now. You know, but in terms of like Nintendo fans, I think that there's general concern with the pricing for sure. Like with a lot of you guys that I know that you guys are core Nintendo fans or you guys are core gamers and you're not trolling, a lot of you guys are also concerned about that. And I think that's legitimately so. I'm concerned about that. Heck, I made a whole video about that. It's funny how they didn't react to my video with the $80 Mario Kart video. It's funny how they didn't react to that video. It's funny how they didn't react to that video. It's wild, right? It seems like selective outrage when it comes to Alex or when it comes to people. Selective outrage. They didn't react to that video. They didn't hear me talking about that, where I made a 20-minute video on that. But you know, it is what it is, right? Like the funniest thing about me doing this content right now, and why I used to get worried when people did this. But I'm telling you right now, and I used to get worried and watch what I say and be scared and when I first started creating content. But I'm at the point in my career, I'm at the point in my life here that I'm actually not afraid of anyone. Like I said, that's why I invite anyone that's a content creator that's not trying to clout chase to come here and debate me on any topics. I would say before in the past, I was shaky on things because sometimes I wasn't right or I felt like I was, you know, stretching or reaching with certain things. But now I'm so confident in what I say in my editing and my videos, I'm down for anybody to come through here and talk. If he wants to, like I said, to talk game cards or to talk anything that he wants to talk. I mean, I'd be more than happy. I mean, if you, like I said, Reforge, hey, come here and prove it, baby. Like, I'm down. I am so down. I am so down. It gets me hyped because I know what I can do. I know my ability. Just like I feel like I'm as confident as I was on the football field. You know what I'm saying? I hate to always bring up football, but it was a big part of my life for, you know, 20-something years. But, like, I feel that confident. Like, before, I think even at the Switch 1 generation, I never felt as confident as that. Sometimes I think it was false confidence, like at the beginning of the Switch 1. But at this point, I'm pretty confident. And when I'm wrong, or if I lose, or if I take an L, I'll take an L like a champ. Just like I did on the football field. If we get beat, I took an L. But if we don't, I won a lot of games in football. Like, you know, I didn't lose much when I was in high school or college. We didn't lose much. I was confident. I felt confident. I felt fast. I felt strong. I felt powerful. And I felt like I was always usually making the right move, you know? Definitely sometimes I make the wrong read when you're playing running back. Even sides are on the right, odd sides on the left, and sometimes they'll tell you, hey, it's an option, you know, should you get the ball or not, or, you know, what hole you're supposed to go through, read the hole and cut. And usually, to make a metaphor over to here, I usually make the right cut. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I miss Tears of the Kingdom stuff, other stuff, you know, the Switch originally. Sometimes I make the wrong cut and go, you know, get hit in the backfield, loss of yards. But most of the time I make the right cut. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, and I can go head up with anybody. And that's how I felt when I was playing. And I feel that way right now. So that's why I'm confident. Alex's muscles don't scare me. You know what I'm saying? Like, his chiseled jawline and his muscles don't scare me. I'm just as strong, if not stronger. And I can have him come here if he wants to come here. But nobody's scared of him or his audience or his base. I mean, I know that's one of the things he likes to do is mock and intimidate. But you're not mocking and intimidating me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can mock and intimidate Reforge. He looks like Jimmy Neutron. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has the body of Jimmy Neutron. But you can't mock and intimidate me. I mean, if you want to come here and debate head up on anything that I said about me, a grown man, selling their Steam Deck, like, that's dumb. You can sell whatever you want, you know? So it's all good. I will not be intimidated, not one bit. But hey, feel free to come on here. You're confident in front of your audience. Will you have those same results right here in the debate? I don't think so. Let's see here. I saw Nintendo Prime reacting to the Do Not Buy Switch 2 video from Beammin 3600. Video was so much misinformation and cherry picking the facts. Yeah. Casual Noob with the $2 says this sounds like Wii U times level of piling on. I don't know if it's Wii U level. The difference with the Wii U and this is that the Wii U was 10 plus years ago, so the internet was much, much, much smaller. There might be some parallels to that, but I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? There might be some parallels, but I don't think so. Let's see. Just saw Craig responded to the Twitter. I just think now he calls anyone shills. Yeah, Craig invited me onto his show. I'm still debating whether I want to go on to the show or not. But he did invite me on to the show. So maybe I'll go, maybe I won't. So yeah. I know Alex made some good points speaking about your video. What good points did he make, Jason Jenkins? What good points did he make? Tell me the good points that he made. Feel free. Let's use this as a test run for a discussion or a debate. What good points did he make? Go ahead. Fire off, and I want to hear them. If anybody watched, what good points? Unbiasedly speaking. Don't think of it as somebody who's a fan of me. What did he say? Let's hear it. Because it was literally just an opinion piece. It was just my opinion. So, for the most part. So, let's hear it. What good points were there? Let's see. People complain about $80 games. We didn't buy 12 million Ring Fit for 80. Was Ring Fit 80? Ring Fit, but you got a peripheral with it. Digital Foundry are contributing to mass info spread as well. The pixel counting from YouTube videos as well as claiming Legends ZA on Switch 2 was running at 20 frames per second. Yeah, I don't know if it was running that. It looked smooth to me. So yeah. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So I think some people are being super sensitive to inflation these days. It's a different time. Yeah. Yeah, inflation's definitely up there. Inflation's definitely up there. Why would you be scared to debate someone on the internet? Some people are scared because it's going to hurt their brand, because it'll make them look bad. A reason why people are very cautious, bigger content creators, maybe not smaller. I mean, even sometimes smaller, but bigger content creators might be a little bit worried about that because somebody else can make them look really bad. So it's better to just talk on your channel than to actually confront the person that's saying, hey, let's go on there, because they know that, they are more intelligent than you, or have or can speak in a certain type of way. It's much easier just to criticize from afar than it is to actually go head up and talk with someone man to man, Let's see here. So yeah, I'm happy. Nintendo Prime, of all people, cleared up the Switch 2 Switch 2 editions are all on the cartridge. Yeah. That's definitely a good thing if it's true. You could go, but the clip might be good arguments and make you look bad. You could go, but he might clip out your good arguments and make you look bad. Also, the comments will have a bunch of moron comments. Yeah, exactly. That's why I said I said we'll do it at some point, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not here for drama. Watch your content. I can see what he was saying, just so I can see your point. No, I want to hear it. I'm not telling you that there's drama. I'm asking you, what were the good points made? Legitimately, Jason. I'm asking you, what were the good points made? So yeah, I don't know why you deleted that comment, Dakin. That must have been an accident. So I'm asking you, what were the good points made? I want to know. You said that there was good points. I want to hear them. I'm not watching the video, So,
it looks like that
so yeah.
was a good decision.
We're just gonna, hey, cool, good. Like I said, we're not doing this today. You're just gonna, you're a sock account. You are a sock account, and you are violating TOS, by the way, by using somebody else's picture as your avatar. So yeah, we're just gonna ban you, man. I ain't doing this with you again. Like I said, you got to drop the 50. If you want attention, you got to drop the 50. Or come back on a sock account and drop the 50. Let's go. We already went through this with you, man. Thanks for coming out to the stream, though. Yeah, you guys understand the complaint about game prices, but I come from a world where we got Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Super Nintendo for $79.99. Yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to argue with you, Jason. And I'm not trying to show you up or nothing. Seriously, bro. What were the good points? That's what I want to know. Exactly, what were the good points? Let me know. What's up, Mr. Davis? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? I can't wait to see the batter test from Cyberpunk and batter test. Cyberpunk and FF7 remake, having fun as well. Amazing. Hopefully we'll have to keep it docked to enjoy it. I mean, I think you'll be fine. I mean, obviously, docked, it's stronger than it is in portable. Justin with the $3 says, I took a break from the internet after the Switch 2 Direct. It looks like it was a good decision. I mean, it's probably going to keep going all the way through launch, though. I mean, the discourse will probably keep going and keep going. Oh, battery? Okay. Got you. I'm doing good, though, Mr. Davis. In my opinion, Switch 2 is priced fine. I just dislike the constant repackaging of old Nintendo IP instead of focusing on fresh IP. I don't know. What do you mean by that, Mark? Because, you said, the constant repackaging of old Nintendo IP instead of focusing on what fresh IP are they going to use to sell a system. like when you launch a system, you need to have your big guns ready to go, right? Like with the last generation, there was Astral Chain, there was ARMS somewhat early, you know what I'm saying? They did have some, obviously Splatoon's a little bit of a newer title for them as well, at least back in 2017. So what do you want them to do in terms of a new IP or something different when it comes to the launch of a system? I think wouldn't it be smarter or more intelligent to have your big guns, to have something like Donkey Kong, or to have something like, you know, Metroid Prime, or to have whatever, right? Or to have Mario Kart. Wouldn't it be smart to have those games ready that sell systems more so than, you know, a new IP that people might or might not get into? Let me know. Shout outs to Justin with another $3.
Donkey Kong is pretty much a new IP on how different it is.
That's true. I mean, Donkey Kong is an established IP, but the gameplay in Donkey Kong is very different than any other Donkey Kong game. Like, most Donkey Kong games don't allow you to dig and burrow into the ground and then, you know, rip stuff apart and destroy things. Like, most Donkey Kong games don't allow that, so it is definitely a very different take on Donkey Kong, you know? So yeah. Let's see here. OJ, one thing I've seen around is assumed to be misinformation. The rumor spread that Nintendo's only giving publishers a choice. The key card or 64GB card has to be BS. Yeah, that's definitely BS. That I don't think that's anything that's real. There's 32GB cartridges. There's 16GB cartridges. I don't think like Guardians of Azuma, I think that's on cartridge. I don't think that's a 64GB cartridge. So yeah, I think Nintendo is giving developers the choice between it has to be either a cartridge, like an actual on cartridge, or a game key card. I do think that there is no option for partial cartridge and then download, at least not right now. I think that might be a thing, you know? So yeah. But it's all good. Niles reposted the same comment regarding Mario pricing in terms of normies. By the way, you didn't read the name of the leaderboard, so okay, yeah, let me get that going. Gloria is with the $2 or with the $20. Shout outs to Gloria. Thank you so much. You are now the Hulk Hogan and Stream Ninja. Gloria, anybody does $20 or more, you can beat out Gloria on the top of the board. Let's go. Shout outs, guys. Also, big love to Sonic Slim says Chrono Trigger needs a Switch 2 release. That'll be like $200. The original release was $90 or something like that back in 1995. The second release of the game will be $180 or something. They'll double it. They'll double it plus. They'll double it plus. So, I don't know. I don't get clipped as much as Reforge either. So, I don't know if I am, man. I don't get clipped as much. That guy gets clipped and put over the internet all the time. And people don't really clip me like that. Let's see. I'm calling it now. Nintendo gonna release 2 in NA for 600. I don't trust them. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for my man Jason Jenkins. I need you to tell me what his points were, brother. You said he made good points. I'm not trying to debate you. I'm not trying to debate you. I just want to discuss. If I need to take an L, I'll take an L right now. And I don't mind even if we had a debate or a discussion, a civil discussion. I don't mind taking an L if he can hand that to me. But I'd love to hear what these points are. Like, is it just disagree with my opinion? Or like, what are the actual like objective points? You know, I want to hear. Shady J with the 18 months. Thank you so much, Shady J. Chrono Trigger will be $180 and on keycard 100. I don't know if you can do that. I'm not sure if you can, but sure. New IP at launch is unnecessary risk for a fickle minority. Yeah. I mean, you need to have your big games ready to go. I get wanting the new IPs and all that, and I think Nintendo will bring new experiences and different stuff like that. But at the launch of a system, you want to have your big guns ready, right? You want to have your big guns ready. You want to have some, some obviously, Mario is always good to have some form of Mario game. Donkey Kong, that's pretty good. Metroid Prime's probably going to follow up. You got Hyrule Warriors later in the year. You want to have these IPs. Now, like I said, I still think that we're going to get like an Astral Chain 2 or like a brand new IP. I mean, there is the Dusk Bloods, right? Nintendo did help fund or is funding that game. So you have the Dusk Bloods game or whatever. So listen, there's some new stuff coming through. But I mean, I get it though. I get it for people that are saying, hey, you wish maybe there would have been something different. And that's fine. I get that, but it's a very risky proposition trying to launch a system with new IP that people don't know about. That I would say you might want to pause on doing stuff like that unless you got an idea that's revolutionary, like the Wii Sports. But even then, Nintendo still said, hold up, we got Wii Sports, but we're also going to have The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, right? Like, they still said, let's have Twilight Princess for launch too. They still delayed the game probably to hit that 2006 Nintendo Wii launch. And they actually even delayed the GameCube version. They put the GameCube version further out to further highlight the Switch version of the, or sorry, not the Switch version, the Wii version of the game. So they even still were like, hey, hold up. We think Wii Sports is going to be big, but let's still have Legend of Zelda just in case, you know? So yeah. I think maybe, was I too aggressive with Jason? I think I was maybe too aggressive with him. I'm not trying to be aggressive. I honestly want to hear what the points were. Also, just curious about you and Craig debating though. I bet Craig will just keep moving the goalposts and insult you. You know, basic grip their tactics. Maybe. Like I said, I'm gonna discuss it with them. I'm gonna see what we're gonna talk about. What you know, what would be the discussion would be about, other, you know, other panelists on or not. You know, like we're gonna hash it out, and if there's something that we can agree to, because it seems like I just disagree with how he's running his ish, and that's fine. Like, I don't know if that's worth debating or worth discussing. Me disagreeing with how he runs his business. He's allowed to run his business the way that he wants to run his business. You know, he's allowed to do that the way, if he wants to criticize, he's allowed, and I'm allowed to have my opinion, and we can just agree to disagree. Like, there's not always have to be like a debate on that type of stuff. Now, the only reason why I'm, like I said, I'm talking about to Alex, because I'd love to have him on, and I'd love to see what the issues are with what I said. It's a, like I said, it's a grown man making a decision to sell a system. That's really all that's it, you know? He can have his opinion, but I don't really think the video was that bad. Like, I don't think the video was that bad, honestly. I don't think it wasn't disrespectful to Steam Deck owners. It wasn't disrespectful to people who like PC gaming. I said multiple times that it's good, that it works, that for people that like it, it's great. So I don't really understand what the problem is. And not only that, but the person who got the Steam Deck from me, he's freaking ecstatic about getting, I think it's a he. His name was, I think it was a he. He's ecstatic that he's getting a freaking mint Steam Deck for significantly cheaper than buying. He had a ROG Ally. He didn't like it. And then he told me, hey, you know what? He just bought it outright. He didn't even bid. He just bought it, you know, for the, you know, and that was that, right? Like, it wasn't like a negative thing. It was a positive thing. I'm giving the tech to someone who wants it, that can use it, that can utilize it, and it would be great, right? So one man's trash, not saying that Steam Deck is trash, but you guys know the saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure. You see what I'm saying? Like, just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's not for someone else. And like I said, he was ecstatic. It seems like he's gotten it now, and he's happy that he's got it. It looks like it's running good. Like I said, it's running good. Everything's A-okay with it. So I don't see what the issue is, personally. So I don't really see what the issue is. If someone sold their Switch OLED for a Steam Deck because they wanted to get the Steam Deck OLED and get a bump in power and the price of games, I'd be like, okay, yeah, like, it is what it is, you know? So right now, tariffs, at least they give the consumers an option to buy a tariff Switch 2. You want a tariff Switch 2? Yeah. You could have sold it without saying to the internet you were selling the system and wrapping it on the Boost Nintendo 2 for content purposes. What's wrong with me doing that though? Like, like, what is that a good point that he has? His point is I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not allowed to tell people that I'm selling my system. Well, wait a minute. I spent $550 on the system. I spent $550. I did not make a single piece of content, which I wanted to on that. And remember, I even said in the this is doubling as a review of the Steam Deck. It doubles as a review of the Steam Deck. I went over its critique. Alex also critiques things. He critiques lots of stuff. People critique things. So I'm saying that I'm selling it, but I'm also critiquing in terms of what I like, what I dislike, whatever the case is. And I even stated that that was my final opportunity to do that because I'm selling the system. It would make no sense. I mean, I could do it, but it really wouldn't make sense to me to not have the system right there. Plus, I'd have to use a superimposed or a PNG file if I sold it. I'd have to use a superimposed one. And I'll be honest here, guys. The thumbnail idea, I was gonna not do it with holding my Steam Deck, but I got the brilliant idea of the thumbnail of holding it like this, and I wanted to make sure that it wasn't a PNG so people didn't think that I didn't actually have the Steam Deck. Because my channel is mostly Nintendo and RPGs, but a good chunk of Nintendo, I don't want people to think you're lying, you never had it, because I don't know if there's any way to tell in your Steam profile that you had a Steam Deck, right? So I didn't want people to think that I was, I mean, even though I think I posted some footage on, or pictures on Twitter or not, I don't know, I didn't really talk about it much. So in my opinion, I actually explained why in the video that this was my last opportunity to do it because I had already sold it. I wanted to actually have it for the thumbnail, and it's doubling as a review, a critique. So I have the product, so I'm saying why I'm doing that, and I'm selling it because Nintendo Switch 2 is coming. Nintendo Switch 2 is expensive. It's not super cheap, so I'm making at $80 games maybe in the future. I'm definitely making a few different adjustments overall. So to me, I don't think it was any issue in terms of that personally, and I don't know if that's a good point to have, like, you know, like I don't know how that's a good point. I'm not allowed to say anything. He could, you know,
didn't save gaming for me. It almost made me quit gaming for real.
I bet it would. I bet it would, Justin. So I mean, like I said, anybody's allowed to critique what they want. You can agree or disagree, but I don't think it's fair to sit there and say that I'm not allowed to talk about it, you know? Let's see here. You reviewed a system you didn't even use. It's like reviewing a book without. I told you that I put about 15 plus hours into Persona 3. I said that I played Hades. I did play Hades on there as well a bit. I said that I played a bit of time. I tried to use Power World. Power World wouldn't work for me. You know, I said that it was sleek. The OS is great. Like I actually reviewed it in terms of my own words. Like I reviewed it in terms of that. I didn't say that this was the best review of Steam Deck and I know every single aspect about it. That's actually one of the things that I didn't like about it, is that there's so much and there's so many different tinkering and updates and different stuff that it's a bit overwhelming for me. Maybe I'm a noob on that front, but like I don't know if it's unfair or it's a bad point. You say I never said it was a full review or it was the greatest in-depth review of Steam Deck ever. I just gave my own impressions from after using it for about 20 plus hours or so. I mean, I think it's fair for me. I mean, you guys get reviews from people that use the Steam Deck that put 5, 6, 7 hours into it at the very beginning. They don't put much time, but they review it, right? So I put 20 plus hours into it. I used it on a plane. I took it around. I tried to get it. I downloaded my games. Helldivers 2 wouldn't work for me. Sometimes it would work, but sometimes it wouldn't work. That's not because of the Steam Deck, but that's because of Sony, the servers. But that necessarily wasn't a great experience for me. So I gave my opinion on the experience, and that's really it. I mean, I'm not trying to sit there and say that I was the best review possible, but are we allowed to not critique things that we didn't use? I mean, like I said, Alex critiques Switch 2 and the things that he doesn't like. He hasn't played the Switch 2 yet. He hasn't played it. He critiques things all the time that he hasn't played or put a lot of time into, you know? So I don't see how I'm not allowed, or it's a bad point. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah. Let's see here. 2-piece, no biscuit. Yo, thank you for the subscription, man. I appreciate that. So yeah. I don't think Jason's a plant. I think he likes both of us, and I think he's being honest in his assessment here. I think that's maybe what, Alex had to say about my thoughts on there. Once again, I get it. Like I saw the dislike rush of people coming to my channel and calling me names, and I'll sit this there, I'll say it again for those people if they're here. That doesn't faze me. Okay, let me tell you guys something. I'm not young. I'm old. I played era where sometimes crowds were racist. Okay, I played long enough ago where sometimes I wasn't Jackie Robinson or anything like that. But listen, I've been called much worse, and I've been treated much worse by people that actually wanted to physically hurt me on the field and off the field. So I'm not scared of a bunch of nerds in their room raging over a Steam Deck video. That you guys don't intimidate me. None of you guys do. Alex does not either. He's nowhere near as tough as he thinks he is. So it's like, so none of these people intimidate me. So calling me names or saying I'm this or making all this other stuff, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't faze me one bit. I'm still here. I'm still gonna talk, and you're welcome to come through. Any of his fans you're welcome to come through and discuss, you know, but none of these people faze me. But if you guys want to, like I said, call names and say that I'm this and all that, I'm down. I'm ready. So yeah. Yeah, and I know that you're not coming at me. That's why I said that I don't think Jason is coming at me. I don't think you are. I think it's hurt feelings that you said switch to the Steam Deck killer. You heard it, Players Since channel first. I did not even say Steam Deck. I did not even say that. I did not even, and I know you're joking, but I did not say that. Just to let you guys know, I did not say that at all. Francisco Garcia, what's up, Francisco Garcia? Welcome to the stream. And plus, I'll say another thing. If I was as bad as these people like to sit there and say that I am, trust me, these drama channels and all that, they would be clipping me and picking me up way more than they actually do. I'm like I said, anything I say here is just my own personal opinion. It's not duking on anything else. I give my opinion on things, but I don't sit there and say that you shouldn't buy it or it's not for you. I simply give my opinion and that's it, you know? But no, it's all good, Jason. But yeah, it seems like whatever, if those were his complaints, I don't think those are good points. I'll be honest. I don't think those are good points because all of us have critiqued things that we haven't used a lot. All of us have discussed things that we don't know too much about, you know? All of us have, like I said, talked about stuff, even if we're not into it as much. Everybody has, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really think it's a problem with anything that I said so far, at least those criticisms. But Jason, I know you're not coming at me, but I'd love to hear more. This is entertaining to me. I'm very fascinated. You know, like I said, I could watch it myself, but I don't think I want to waste my time doing that. So if you can let me know what was said, please let me know. I don't, like I said, I don't really watch other people's stuff that are going to sit there and, you know, say whatever. I used to, and I don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watch content that's going to help me make my content. So I watch, you know, Spawn when I need to watch. I watch Prime when I need to. I watch Kit and Krista if I need to. I watch people that help me make my content, or I watch people that's going to help me improve my stream. I don't watch people that are sitting here ranting and raving and taking their shirt off and smacking their butt on stream and wearing bunny ears. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be watching. There's nothing wrong with that. People are allowed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't watch that type of stuff. So yeah. Let's see here. It's pretty sure Jason Dude is okay. Doesn't care the fact that Ona encourages people to pirate into. I don't care. Here's another reason why. Here's another reason why. I don't care if content creators encourage other people to pirate stuff. I don't care. That's not my problem. How many times have I said on this channel that it's Nintendo's fault that the piracy thing is a thing? I blame them. It's Nintendo's fault. It's not their fault. It's Nintendo's fault. Nintendo's gotta lock their ish up. They need to go hire Gary Payton, the glove. They need to go hire, you know what I'm saying? Draymond Green. Go hire Draymond Green. Go hire Gary Payton and teach you how to play defense. We need some guys that know how to lock this ish up. It's not their fault. People are gonna emulate till it's gonna be 4080 in the year 5 billion. Mass Effect stuff. Mass Effect is like 2100s, but whatever, or 2200s. I think it's up to the 2600s in Mass Effect Andromeda, but that's not the point. The point is, even then they're pirating. Even in Mass Effect, they pirating. People are gonna be pirating till the end of time, year 5000. Aliens pirating. That's not my problem. That's not any of you guys' problem. Nobody here should be upset too much with that. And if anything, it should always come with the asterisk that it's Nintendo's fault. They gotta lock up their system. I'm not upset at Alex or anybody else that says that. Not one bit. That's Nintendo's fault.
Don't waste your time. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's one thing to not be excited. It's another thing to try and tell others not to be excited.
Yeah, exactly.
Let people enjoy things.
Shoutouts to Blandrew as well. Shoutouts to Zoo with the $10. Shoutouts to Blandrew as well. Blandrew with the 10. Let me read what he has to say. It says, for as much as people gas up the Steam Deck, I wish they'd actually buy and support it instead of using it as ammo for something they have zero interest in. Yeah, I mean, that can be it too, you know. So yeah, I'm not going to speak on. I would say watch this video if you are moved by his contents. No, I'm not watching. I'm not watching it. And all I asked, because the only reason why I asked you to because you said there are good points. So I didn't ask you to put words in his mouth. I asked you, based off of you watching his video, I asked you what was your interpretation of the good points. I'm not telling you to do verbatim what he said. I'm asking you what you felt his good points were, or what his good points are. Maybe you misunderstood his points, or maybe something happened there, but I'm not asking you to, you know, speak for him. I'm asking you to tell me what you thought his good points are. That's it, you know? Because I know you're not gonna speak for him. You don't have to speak for him. He's a grown man, you know? So yeah. You missed the Steam Deck debate. Let's hope the debate is over. I missed the Steam Deck debate. What was the Steam Deck debate? Content creators sometimes burn or destroy their consoles for views. Not sure why you're giving away your Steam Deck, putting it in a video. Steam Deck and putting it in a video is controversial. Yeah, I've seen people destroy consoles, you know, and I explained why in the video, you know. Shout outs to Blanju. Thank you for the Big 10. I explained why I did in the video, you know. So I watched the Switch 2 video and stream. Stick is just very emotional in the video, even when the video has no points at all. Okay, you watched it. No, Minato, what were any points that were actually like legit, like objectively like legitimate? No, don't view it from your opinion or your bias. Try to separate that. And just say, what do you think was actually valid? I want to know what points were. I'm not watching it. I already said I'm not gonna watch. I don't need to watch it. Like, I'm not wasting my time. I'm not wasting my time watching the video. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I said, I don't watch other people's stuff that says things about me. I don't care. It's free publicity for me. Like I said, it's free ad revenue for me, so I don't care. I'm not here to bump numbers up for somebody else that, you know, I don't feel like bumping numbers up for. So I'm not gonna watch. But like I said, based on you guys' interpretation, because I've already said I can invite him to the show, so he can tell me straight from the horse's mouth what he feels or whatever the case is. We can have a civil conversation. But I'm asking for someone else, because someone else said, okay, well, you had good points, so I want to know those good points. I want to hear what were the interpretations of the good points. That's all I said. You know, DVD night. Thank you for the $1.99, man. I appreciate that. Only people who bought the Steam Deck were YouTubers. It's a tax write-off. Gotta get. It's my job. Funniest joke I heard. Yo, shout out to DVD night. Thank you for the $2 dono, man. I appreciate it. Let's go. Says Nick93 says, honestly, the Steam Deck is not worth talking about. Bro, I only talked about it once in one video. I wasn't bashing Steam Deck all day. I really wasn't. I wasn't bashing it all day. So yeah, man, it's all good. You mean the video or the stream reacting to the video? Is Switch 2 scam video, even if it has good points, either cherry picking or misinformation? What are the good points? Not the Switch 2 scam video. I don't care about Switch 2. I made a PlayStation 5 scam video, and I had my grievances overall. So if people think that it's like, and my only grievance with PS5 was the disc drive. The price was fine to me. I didn't care about the price, and I have one obviously, but I didn't care about the price. The disc drive was the big hang up for me, because like the moving away, like, okay, no physical whatsoever, like moving completely away, trying to remove like the basic thing of just a disc drive for people that want to upgrade, right? Because PS5 Pro people are going to upgrade to the PS5 Pro, so it's like, oh man, like if you want to upgrade to the PS5 Pro, now you don't even get a disc drive in there, you know. So that was my only issue. And pertaining to digital games and physical games. Not that the price was bad, but yeah, I don't have a problem with people making Switch 2 scam videos. If you feel that it's a scam, then yeah, if there's good points, then sure. Like $80 for games, that's pricey. You're looking at maybe some of the tech, or maybe some people feel it doesn't give you what PS5 gives. Okay, fine. Like there's legitimate stuff in there. I think that there's objective stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I'm completely fine with that. I don't have a problem in terms of things. But yeah, I mean, that's it at the end of the day. Mutation D, thank you for the 48 months. I appreciate that. Let's go. Sell what you want, OJ? Yeah, exactly. Honestly, who cares? It's OJ's system and money. People are freaking out. If he wants to sell it, then it's up to all of us. Yeah, I think people are mad that I actually said it. Like, I actually put it out there. Like, and listen, I can even get that sentiment, but I did explain it in the video. I explained it in the video that, hey, look, this is my last opportunity to hold it, to have it, to show that I actually have it. I didn't talk about it. I didn't really use it too much. I didn't create any content on it, you know, so this was my last, and like I said, it doubles as a review for it as well. I put that in the description. It doubles as a review, my own personal opinion, you know, and that's it. Like, that's the start and stop of it. Trust me, if I was here to bash Steam Deck all day, how many videos could I have made of Steam Deck? When Power World didn't work, I could have made a video saying Steam Deck trash. Power roll doesn't work. Did you guys see that video from me? No. I could have made a video saying, oh my gosh, my settings keep on getting jacked up from my PC to my Persona 3. Did you guys see that video when Persona 3 came out? I didn't make a single video about my setting and all, like the frustration. I think I talked about it a little bit on live stream, but I didn't make a single video. Did I make videos talk about how there's the constant updates and how I don't like tinkering and how big and clunky the device is? At times it's comfortable to hold because I have big hands, but it's kind of clunky, like the trackpads. Did I make videos? I could have melted the Steam Deck dry. I could have melted it more than freaking, you know, Resident Evil 4, right? I could have melted the Steam Deck to infinity and beyond. Did I do that? Absolutely not. And you guys know I did not like the Steam Deck for a lot of you guys have known that I've had it for a while. Did you guys see a bunch of videos of me trashing Steam Deck and me putting up pictures and saying trash and garbage and scam and this and that? No, I didn't do that. So, and I know these people look through my channel looking for that content. I know they did. Like, I know they looked through my channel looking for that content, and it's nowhere to be found, you know, unless you want to watch a long stream, try to find me bashing it. But I didn't make it. Videos, when you want to bash something, a video is better because a video can get into the algorithm more than a live stream. You know, live streams can, but not really. But videos can, like my video with the Steam Deck, it's going to get way more views than most of my live streams will get. So it makes way more sense if you're going to bash something, if you're going to bash it, you bash it in a video, in a highly edited video. Or you take your live stream clip, you edit the live stream clip down, and then you put it up on your channel. You know, I didn't do that. Even if you want to say I bashed it during my live streams, which I didn't really do it too much, or not that I just critiqued some of the different things. I never even clipped those parts and put it up separately on the channel. You know, I didn't make any shorts. I didn't do any of that. So I don't really think that there's any, you know, there's any problem with my vid, honestly. Let's see here. Selling your Steam Deck kind of gives the message that the Switch 2 is expensive and you need the money. Listen. Listen, guys, listen. Your boy OJ came from nearly nothing. My mom back in the day made $3 an hour. All right. My dad, he did his best. He didn't get a job. He got a better job later, but I grew up in poverty. We grew up moving a lot. Thankfully for me, I was a bit more stable in where I live, but my brothers and sisters grew up moving a lot. We grew up a lot on just bologna sandwiches. I grew up a lot on just the generic brand hot dogs. I grew up a lot on a lot of things. I really honestly legit came from nothing, brother. Came from almost nothing. My parents tried and I love them. I'll never be mad at my dad, no matter what, regardless of whatever, how I feel, you know. I'll never be too mad at him. I cherish my mom. My mom is goated. I love my dad and I love my mom. They tried their best, man, but I really legitimately came from nothing. So the situation in terms of selling something to pay, it's just me and how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just me and just say, hey, look, let me be a bit more resourceful with some of the things. And it's a really nice piece of tech that makes no sense to just sit there. So it was a couple different reasons. One, me just being a little bit thrifty. Yes, Switch 2 is pricey. Let me just go ahead and put that in there. You know, let me sell it. But also, two, once again, man, I came from nothing at the end of the day, you know? So being able to do that, sell that, and make sure that my son, you know, make sure that my son, I don't know what I'm going to use the money for. Obviously, part of it's going to go towards Nintendo Switch 2. You know, could I have bought it without selling it? Sure I could have. You know what I'm saying? But it makes no sense to have two really high-powered devices here like that. I'm not going to use one. Now, if I used it, then I wouldn't have sold it if I used it. But I don't use it. You know what I'm saying? I don't use it at all. So it makes no sense, right? It makes no sense to actually have it here when I can sell it and somebody else can enjoy it, you know? There's a lot of stuff that I have here that I don't use. For example, like, I could sell this PS Vita. This PS Vita is, I can probably get as much as I sold it for the Steam Deck, right? But I want this because it's a collector's and I want it, and maybe I want to go back to it. There is still an inclination that I might go back and test out Vita. I made a video on the PS Vita I think I've made a few videos on there, but I know I've made a video to, you know, what games and is it worth buying, and I might want to revisit it again. So this is something I'm going to hold on to. You know, this is not a super high powered device, but at the time that it came out, it was. So for me, it just made sense for that piece of tech. It made sense for that piece of tech for me to sell it, you know? And I explained why in the video that I did. You know, if you watch the video, I explained it on there. I took a look at the stream again. He said most of Alex's reaction was what? That's not true. What are you talking about? And loses it on the game key card. What? Okay, like I said, the game key card, from what I understand, it can be bought and sold. If I take an L on that, I'll take an L on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it can't be, I promise I'll take the L on that. But from what I understand, it can be, because you need the actual game card, and or it doesn't tie to your account. You just download it. Now, once again, if it's tied to your account later, then okay, you know, I get that. But yeah, from what I understand, it is separate. But okay, you said that you watched it and he just basically was like, what? Whatever. Okay. So yeah, maybe Minato will watch it again. And then we'll kind of go from there, right? On the next one. So no, it's good though. Listen, man, back in my day, I've had many arguments and discussions with gamers from all over the place. So like I said, it doesn't faze me one bit at all. It doesn't faze me at all. So I'm happy that he reacted to it. I want to say thank you to him to reacting to at least putting that on his stream. Or on his video. And like I said, any publicity, at least when it comes to stuff like this, is good publicity, in my opinion. So I don't see it as bad publicity. If people watch the video, they can see what I'm saying. If they disagree, they disagree. But yeah, I don't really see it as bad publicity at all. I don't really see it as anything negative. Even though, like I said, I mean, the dislike bombs are coming through to my vid. The dislike bombs are coming through. I think, yeah, it has 1,000 likes. But it has quite a number of dislikes, 252. So I'm guessing that was from him. But no, I appreciate the feedback, and you know, it's all good. Like, it's no big deal. Alex had no good point. He just belittled you for not tinkering with the settings, open platform, and other stuff. Yeah, and I stated that in the vid. I said I don't really feel like tinkering with everything. Like, I like to just be able to plug in and play, maybe an update every now and then. I don't like tinkering with stuff. So yeah. Yeah, and like I said, for those who like to tinker, it's good. It's good for those who like to tinker with, which I did state in the video. I don't really think there's any reason to be upset. Like, honestly, I don't really think there's any reason to be upset. His only good point is just you have more ownership on Steam than physical cartridge. LOL, and that's a lie. And the Steam Deck, you could just use USB-C to, you could just use USB-C to HDMI dongle, bruh. Oh, like to dock it, USB-C to HDMI. Yeah, I don't have a USB-C to HDMI, and when I asked online, like I was looking online to see what the best dock, I wanted a dock, so like where I can just like put it on the dock and then it just boom, it goes to the TV. Like, that's what I wanted with. I thought it was it'd be like Switch, right? It's not. You know what I'm saying? So in terms of ownership of a physical game versus a digital game, me personally, what people feel about ownership is going to be a bit subjective. Some people on Steam or Steam PC gamers feel that you have more ownership because you can lend it out to like 8 people. You can download it to your hard drive. You can do all of that. However, me in my day, ownership means I own it and I can sell it. Even if it's virtual, if I own it, I can sell it. So to me, ownership would be something that I can get rid of. Like, my house, I can sell my house. People say, oh, well, you're paying a mortgage or doing this, you don't own it. Well, no, if you've paid enough on there, right, you can sell it and then you can make a profit off of it, or you can break even or whatever. You still can sell it, you know. You can still sell it, right? So to me, ownership is more of like actually being able to sell the product more so than you having more control over where it goes. You know, like, I get that, but I do understand the whole you know, Steam, you can do so many different things with your games, and that's awesome, and I do agree that's really good, but I still feel that ownership would be like, okay, for example, if I want to, I have this game right here, right? So if I have Halo Reach on PC, yeah, I can send it to different accounts, I can mod it, I can do whatever I want. That's definitely good ownership. I agree, that's more. However, if I don't want the game anymore, I can't sell it, because I can't sell it for a profit or sell it for even or anything. Whereas this, sure, I can't send it to different systems and I don't own it digitally or anything, but I can still sell the game, which is ownership. That's how you know, like, if you own something, you can sell it, right? So that's the key missing ingredient for me, at least. However, I understand the whole, you know, ownership of the games and all that. Like, I get what the Steam people, I think Toxic let me know about that, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Why people would feel that they have a bit more ownership of their games, especially if you're an all digital gamer on Xbox or PlayStation or even Nintendo, then yeah, you definitely have more ownership of your digital games over what you have on those platforms. But I don't think that wasn't a main talking point of mine. And I don't think that wasn't a main thing or a big deal in my opinion. So yeah. So like I said, it was very emotional. Always shouts when making an argument. Imagine having a debate with him. Be a nightmare if he keeps shouting at me. I don't think he would shout at me. Like I said, I think that's for his stream. I think we'd be respectful. I think he has enough. I think he's old enough to be respectful if there was a discussion. Houston's going crazy in the college basketball championship. Oh yeah, the college basketball championship's going on right now. Houston's winning. They came back and beat Duke. So if they win the whole thing, that'd be good. Let's see. I heard people are saying Lenovo Legion Go better. Are they serious? I mean, it might be. Lenovo Legion Go is actually a pretty strong system, but I don't know what it is in terms of different stuff. You know, I don't know. I think I missed your super chat. Did I miss your super chat? The casual noob with the $2 says, did I know I made a video about you? Which video? Yeah, he did, but I don't know. It was about my Steam Deck video. It was about that one, but like I said, I'm not watching it. I'm not linking it. I'm not worried about that. I'm definitely not trying to drive traffic over. If you want to, you can go watch it on there, but I'm not linking it. I'm not watching it. So there were some people that were telling me some of the points that he made, and I don't mind having a discussion about that when it comes to Switch 2. You know, like, it's all relative to what we do here on this platform. So yeah, it's all good. But it seems like, yeah, just emotional, a little bit over emotional. I mean, listen, and I even get it, man. Honestly, bro, like, emotions are high across the board. I've been emotional too. Emotions are high across the board. Like, emotions are high. You know, I get like the value that Steam Deck can bring to people. People are emotionally attached to certain systems. I think I've had emotional attachment when someone says something or does something. Like, it's got all of us. So I don't even blame him. Like, I'm legit not even upset. Like, legitimately not upset about any of it. Like, so it's fun. It's fun at the end of the day. Shout outs to Casual Noob. Thank you for the $2 dono, man. DVD Night, thank you, says, thank you so much for that. Digital should always be a markdown. They're not ever gonna mark down digital that much. They don't feel that it should be worth less, so they're never gonna do it. If anything, you were too complimentary to the Steam Deck in your vid. I don't get where all the hate is coming from. Yeah, exactly. I don't get it. I don't get it either. You know, I would argue that the Joy-Con 2 couldn't use the Hall effect due to the magnets that connect to the system. I mean, that might be it, Huddy, in terms of that. But just to give you guys a little bit of an update on that, Nate Bildorf, I think, said that they're not using Hall effect, but the joysticks feel really good. You played them, right? You felt really good. So I'm not sure. The fact that he said they felt really good. Did you play? They felt really good. The fact that he said that made me feel that he doesn't know what Hall effect is. Because that is a weird reaction to someone saying Hall effect doesn't feel better than there can be non-Hall effect joysticks that you think feel better than Hall effect joysticks, right? That's about the durability underneath them and if they'll drift or not, the technology. So I think he thought that they were some type of like joystick that's different. So he's like, no, we don't, but they feel good, right? So I'm not sure if he even knows, like, because that response is really weird. But he did say that it's a ground up, that it's a redesign from the ground up. So they redesigned the joysticks from the ground up. So hopefully whatever they use, because they have a patent, and it was terrible timing on my end. I'll take the L for that one, because I just said, oh, they're going to use Hall effect because of, I made a video this morning. Oh, they're going to use Hall effect. And then all of a sudden, no, they're not going to use Hall effect, of course. My luck. And shout out to everybody that donated. If I did not say your name, let me know in the chat, and I will say your name. If I missed you on a dono, let me know. But yeah, like, when it comes like to the joysticks, they redesigned them from the ground up. So they're not the same as the Switch 1, right? So they're not the same as the Switch 1. Switch 1 had some issues. Before the Switch 1, I don't think Nintendo ever had Joy-Con drift or stick drifting is bad. I know it was a thing. They've had issues, hardware issues before many times. But I don't think it's ever been, at least in the modern age, not as bad as the Switch 1 with the stuff there. So yeah. So they redesigned it. So that's what they said. So we'll see what happens, right? We're going to have to get the Switch 2. If there's drifting and all that, then obviously that's going to be a big pain in the booty. That's going to be a big pain in the butt to have that again. But I'm hoping that the redesign that he says from the ground up, they redesigned it to make sure that it was more durable and it's not going to drift, because you don't want drifting Joy-Cons. So yeah, it's funny. Many YouTubers assume no Hall effect equals guaranteed Joy-Con drift when there's many ways to prevent drift. Yeah, there's many ways. Like, if you send your Joy-Cons back to Nintendo, they don't put a Hall effect Joy-Con in there or stick in there. They just fix it, and from what I understand, it worked. I mean, my original Switch, I actually have. Here's my original day one Switch. I know I just keep these things handy, right, guys? Here's my original day one Switch, and I talked about this in my video. That this Joy-Con drifted. This left Joy-Con drifted right here, and I sent it back into Nintendo, and they sent it back to me, and it was drifting, and it just wasn't working properly, and all sorts of stuff. And I sent it back into them, and it, as you can see, it worked. Before, I couldn't even do this. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even shift the screen, and now, like, it would not do it, or it would go the other way. And I haven't turned this Switch on in I haven't used it in a long time, probably like a year plus. I have not turned this Switch on, and it's completely fine. So I don't think they put a Hall effect joystick in there. I did play some Metroid Dread, and I did play some other games at the time that I got it back in 2017. I did play Breath of the Wild, and I played it on there, and it was fine after that. So I don't know what they did. I didn't open it up, but I don't think it was a Hall effect joystick. So whatever they did, it fixed it for the long term. So I don't know if they're gonna use that process or whatever the case is. But this is my first Switch. And you can tell the top is kind of cracked. The fan is kind of blowing. It's not even, I didn't even do anything and the fan is going off, you know? So yeah. But anyway, the dock. Yeah, I have a Legend of Zelda. I bought a skin from, was it from GameStop, or was it, I forgot where I bought it from. Or was it from Walmart? I think it was from Walmart. But I bought a skin for the Joy-Cons, for the dock. It's not an official Legend of Zelda dock. It's actually just a skin that I bought. It's actually even coming off a little bit on the side here, but this is from 2017, so you have to kind of cut me a little bit of a break there. But yeah, it's a cool dock. It's a cool skin. It looks almost official, right? It looks official. Looks good. I beat Metro several times with Joy-Cons, never had any problems. Yeah, I mean, some people never had any problems. Some people had problems. It was definitely, you know, all that. Are Hall effect joysticks expensive? Only reason I assume they would not do it to keep the cost down. I mean, that could be it. Or they could have, Lethal John, they could have, they patented some type of Hall effect joystick themselves. They could have, you know, made their own Hall effect joysticks or made their own technology and not use that, but just say, hey, we're going to use our own Hall effect. Hey, you got the same skin on your OG Switch. Hey, what's up? It's your boy Ralphie. What's up, Donovan? They didn't update the Joy-Cons from where they don't drift anymore. They said that they did. They said that they constantly made some redesigns. From what I understand, newer Joy-Cons have less drifting than old Joy-Cons. But you know, Crispy Tofu the Doll says, "Hey OJ, sorry if you said this before, but do you think we will still have a June Direct?" The system launches in June, so I don't know if we're gonna have a June Direct. Maybe a July or maybe a little bit after. But I don't know if we're going to have a June Direct with the system launching in June. I mean, we could. That would be like a 1-2 punch. System launches, then boom, June Direct with new games for the the fall. That'd be awesome. Hey, what's up, Big Gaming 64? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? But yeah, that'd be great, man. I'd be down for a Direct in June. I'd be super down, you know? So yeah. Have a teardown skin for the Switch OLED from the Deep brand where your Switch OLED is transparent. Nice, let's go. Kids broke the OG Switch in the bathtub with it. Still got the dock. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw my video this morning, but my boy put his chompers to good use. My Switch OLED Joy-Cons. My man, he put the chunk. He's Rattata. This man hit the Joy-Cons with the Hyper Fang, bro. I was kind of proud of him. I'm like, yo, this little man just did Sharpen. This did a Pokemon move. He was just like, he was like, yeah, he took care of him, bro. Yeah, he took care of him. I can't even be mad as a dad. I can't even be mad. This dude's he's teething, bro. I don't know. Y'all don't remember when you were a baby and you teething, but when you're teething, it just feels like you need to bite. You're just like, you ever seen a baby that's teething? They're just looking to bite things. They'll bite anything. They'll bite your finger. They'll bite a bottle. They'll bite clothes. They'll bite through anything, bro. My first, she almost bit through my nipple one time. We were playing around. I was playing with it. All of a sudden, I was holding her. She just went and literally almost shaved it off clean, bro. Like it was a clean chomp on there. Clean chomp. I wasn't even that mad at her. Clean chomp. But my boy, he definitely took care of this one. So that's my fault. I left it in a place where he can grab it. So, it's my fault. I only can blame myself, but I'm not mad at him either. I can't get mad at my boy when he messes with things. It is what it is. It's part of the joy of having a kid, and I love him so much, and he's my only son. So, it's just great. I don't care. It's great. It's fine. Steel chompers, baby. Too bad you can't buy the white one separately. Yeah, I know. But what I can do is that I can definitely send this into Nintendo, and they can, if I really want to get the white ones fixed, I can just send it into them, and I can pay a price, and they'll put a new one on there. And actually, he bit it pretty clean. He just bit the rubber padding off. So, I mean, I can theoretically just get another one, like another rubber padding, because all he did was bite. He didn't actually bite into the analog stick. The analog stick actually works fine. Because I tested it. It still works. He did take a couple bites over here, but that's nothing that I can't, clean up and buff out, He took a few bites here, but nothing too serious. Yeah, I can just get it fixed. Like, I'm not going to get rid of them. If I'm selling them towards Nintendo Switch 2, will people get mad if I sell these? How much can I get for a boy bitten Joy-Con? If I sell that towards the Nintendo Switch 2, will people get mad and make videos? I don't know. How about if I sell one of his passies? Here's one of his passies that he left in my room. If I sell this towards the Nintendo Switch 2, it's a pretty high quality passy. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I can sell those towards the Nintendo Switch 2 with my broke self. Oh man. Do you think we're getting a good amount of additional third-party announcements in the next few months? Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot more third-party announcements. Fladius, absolutely. Absolutely going to get a lot more. Sun Essence exclusive, baby. I mean, he's done more than that, but that's just the stuff that's funny overall. That's just the funny stuff. That's just the little funny things he's done. Yeah, he's okay. He's an okay kid. He's a chip off the old block, man. He's a good guy. He likes to do spin moves. I know he's gonna play running back. This guy, spin move, man. He be hitting Barry Sanders spin moves. He be doing jukes. He power runs. He Naruto runs. This man can climb. He's climbing. He lifted up a PS5 like when he was like 7-8 months. This dude is incredible. I really hope one of these days, like, he beats me up, and I mean that shit. I want him to kick my butt. I'm like, let's go. Hopefully by the time he's 17 or 18, he can just outclass me in everything. I want that, man. I want him to be 10 times better than I ever was. Because he is. He really is. He's much, much, much better. He'll be a much stronger and better person than I was. And that's what I want from my boy. I want him to be superior to me in every single way. I don't even want it to be close, which is the point, which is the point for me, at least, Naruto runs are not very safe. No, Naruto run is the safest. Long story short, I went to the March Madness in Milwaukee a couple weeks ago. The bars were so nice in my well, but now Nintendo dropping new Switch, so my bank account is cooked. Yeah, it's more expensive too. So Nintendo made the cartridges taste horrible. They're ahead of the curve. Do you think that there'll be a massive defect reports and compilations of Switch 2 similar to Switch 1? I mean, usually there are regardless. But yeah. I'd buy Hall Effect sticks and just replace the white Joy-Cons. It's pretty easy swap. Okay, Mr. Cap'n, maybe I'll look up some reviews. I think I'll need some type of, little screwdriver. I don't have these screwdrivers, so maybe I'll look it up and maybe I'll do it myself, right? Yeah, I can do that. Just replace them with some Hall Effects. And you'll probably be able to do that with the Switch 2, right, as well, so if you wanted to. But you'll lose your warranty, though, if you do that, like, right away. I think there's, like, a year warranty on them. Podcast, but that was a mistake because people in the comment section were spiteful, calling the cash shills Nintendo fanboys. It's bad. Chris, you know what? I had a feeling that podcast was going to be that way. After I'm done, I usually have a feeling of how things are, and I felt, you know what? Even though we were, I think, critiquing, I think it was maybe a bit too not enough for some people. Because some people are really mad. So I felt like the overall probably wasn't too bad. Like, wasn't, too whatever. But here's what I'll say, guys, on the whole shilling thing and all that. Listen. All of us have critiqued the Nintendo Switch 1. Everybody on the Spawncast, myself, we've all critiqued the power. We've critiqued the form. We've critiqued the screen. We've critiqued the game frame rates. We've critiqued everything about how they did it. Now, we've been positive when it's positive, but we've critiqued all of that. Now, outside of money for games, you've got to remember, content creators live on a different tier. Not that we're better than you, because trust me, we are not. You guys working those jobs that you guys do and do all that, you guys are better. TH3, he is a teacher. His job is infinitely more important than me. Teaching the youth about education is so much more important than me blabbering and yapping to you guys. Don't get me wrong, I think this is important for community, but I think a lot of what you guys are truck drivers, you guys do tech, you guys do customer service, you guys are very, 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 very important, okay? So I am not better than anybody else, okay? But you also have to realize that a content creator does not have the same financial bracket. A content creator that does it full time, not a struggle streamer or a struggle content creator, but a content creator that does it full time and has had any bit of success, okay? Any bit of success. They are not tripping about the price of the Nintendo Switch internally. Now, externally, they're gonna say what I said, and I said this, and I said, guys, listen, we're on a different tier. Listen, RGT said the same thing. We're gonna make some critiques in terms of what we don't like, but at the end of the day, all of us can easily afford it, right? And even if we couldn't, we could write it off. We can write it off as well. So, do you fake the outrage, right? Do you fake it? Because that's what you'd have to do. You have to sit there and throw a temper tantrum over something you know deep down inside you have no problem paying for, because you're going to make so much money on that piece of tech. It's going to help you feed your family. It's going to help you sustain your business. It's going to help you live a good life. And it's going to help you support your customers. We're going to do giveaways. We're going to do other things. We're going to have a lot of fun with the Switch 2, with Mario Kart, $80 or not. We're going to have a ton of fun covering it. It's going to be there. So should we rage? No, you say your piece, like I did to Gene Park about that. You say your piece on what you like and what you don't like, but deep down inside, you heard what RGT's the realest dude. He has no problem critiquing Nintendo when he needs to critique Nintendo. He said, dude, I'm buying it. Like, I'm different. He said it's different. You can't sit there. I mean, Rogers Base said, I don't like 80. I'm buying it day one. I'm buying everything. I mean, duh, right? Like, so what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to sit there and act like we're like everyone else? It's insane. That'd be insanity. Now, if you don't like the system and if you're not going to buy the system, it's a lot easier as a content creator to just be angry and bash it, because you don't want to play the system. Your audience isn't built for the system. You don't care about the system, so you're not going to make any money off the system. So therefore, you're not going to make any money off playing it or having it. So it's much, 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 much easier to be angry and upset and to say this and to say that if you don't like it. But we all like it. We all complained and cried and whined for better frame rates and all that. And they literally gave us everything that we wanted. Yes, it's $10 more for some of the games. Yes, the system is $100 more than a Switch OLED. But we all asked for a much higher fidelity system that was stronger and that can run games better. That's what we asked for, you know? So
do you think Nintendo will continue to list what resolution games are in?
okay.
I noticed they listed Super Mario Party Jamboree as 1440p and Metroid as 4K. Are they just outliers?
I think that they'll definitely go into a bit more because of the screen resolution and the system resolution can output 4K. So I think now they're going to go into it a bit more. So yeah, I can see them doing that. Shout outs to Justin and Caitlin. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Shout outs to Kevin too. Says, what's up, OJ? How are you? When do you think we'll see Final Fantasy 9 remake? I hope they, and I know they remastered Final Fantasy 8, but I wish they could remake it and get music from Kingdom Hearts. Yes, we can get music from Kingdom Hearts. Thank you for the support. Kingdom, we got to do remixes though. Kingdom Hearts music remix. So that's my take. You know what I'm saying? That's my take. And yes, it is. Being a teacher is important. TH3, shut up. So I'm gonna do a lo-fi hip-hop. Sorry, man. We're gonna have to do this just because there's they always copyright claim Kingdom Hearts stuff. So that's my take on it, man. It's not like it's shilling. It's not like it's anything like that, guys. We said our piece. We tried to critique when we could, but guys, John has 700 something thousand subscribers. John has 50, 60. Guys, listen, I'm not saying that he's super like rich or anything, but do you know how much money getting 50, 60, 70 Ks per video? You know how much money and he does that consistently? Do you guys know how much? I mean, listen, I do good on my vids. I do okay on ad revenue on my vids that make like 10K or 20K views or 30K views. Dude gets like 100,000 to 60,000 views. RGT gets like 40, 50,000 views. Dude, like RGT paid cash for his house. Like, come on. RGT dropped the whole amount for his house. Like, do you guys really think that they're gonna be like going over the price of this? Of course not. Like, come on, man. Like, clearly, John. Hey, look, RGT said this. John drives a Tesla. Okay, John drives a really nice Tesla. So I mean, like, are they really gonna be going bonanzas, going DK bonanza over? Of course, they're gonna say they don't like it, and that's whatever. But let's be real. It's a business expense for them, and once they can cover, and it's their job. They're going to make significantly more than what they paid on it. Like they're going to make $5 billion. I can't even put it in. They're going to make way more. All of us. I am too. We're all going to do. So what do you want us to do? That would be like what do you want us to do? Do you want us to rage and do you want us to be mad and then we buy it all and we're enjoying it? It's like, well, wait a minute. That's kind of fraudulent. Like, what? That's kind of fraudulent. Let's see. John is doing good. That man has 10 kids. 10 kids. He has 3, but yeah. So it's like, you know, what do you want us to do? That's not what I meant. Said kids nowadays. Good Lord. Oh, okay. Yeah. I got you. But like, I don't know. Listen. I tried to be critical when I did. I made a video. I did that just because, like I said, it's still. I can separate myself, right? And I can look into you guys' eyes. I can look into what you guys think, and I can tap my base for thoughts and opinions, and I can share that because we're a community, and I definitely share that. Like, I want things as a consumer. I want things that's great for you guys too. Like, I want stuff because you guys are not content creators, right? And obviously, the less people that can get into Mario Kart, the less people that can be here playing the game and having fun and enjoying and talking about it or whatever the case is, right? So, like, I want things to be cheaper for you guys too. I'm definitely consumer advocate as well, but it honestly doesn't make too much sense for us to rage all night when they did everything, almost everything, pretty much everything that we wanted them to do, you know? Like, they did almost, the only issue is the $80 for the price, right? The $10 more. And the other issue, like, what other issue? The $10 more is the big thing, you know. That's it. Maybe a couple other things, but they did almost everything that we wanted them to do that we've been complaining about.
Also, something that you don't have to pay. Just wait for a sale and buy used.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like, you wait for a sale and buy used if you want. Super Christian Me with the dollar donut says, speaking of Spawncast, OJ, you missed my last 2 super chats. Did I? Live, I made John laugh at one of them. I'm not going to repeat what I said. Just go back last 20 minutes or something. or something family show here. Okay, yeah. Shout out to Super Christian Miro. Thank you for the $1 dono. Appreciate that. Did I miss your last 2 super chats? I don't remember. Shout outs to Super Christian Me World. If I missed your last 2 super chats, I'm sorry about that, brother. Let's see here. Caitlin says, yeah, the price is something that you just don't have to pay. Yeah, exactly. You can wait for a sale too. Thank you for the $3. Shout outs to the multiple donos, guys. If you guys have music, let me know. Like anybody that drops a dono, if you want some music tracks, let me know. I don't know if this Kingdom Heart music is weird. If I was a big streamer, this is what I'd say. Well, $80 is a lot, but let's play the game and then judge. Maybe a deal for maybe the deal for 80. Mario Kart fan, but let's wait and see. Yeah, that's pretty much what we said. Like, listen, I said that the prices for stuff, it's gonna be based on what you want, right? Even if the game is packed full of bazillion hours of content, everybody's not gonna think it's gonna be worth it because they're not gonna care about that game. So it's definitely subjective, you know. Which I said that. Since people got to get their money up, get their money up. They're not their funny up. Creoson Bob says they want you to not buy it so they can have it all. I ain't falling for it. OJ is like 50 but acts like a nerdy middle school trying to impress a girl that watches Sailor Moon. This guy's what kind of description is that? OJ's like 50 but acts like a nerdy middle schooler trying to impress a girl that watches Sailor Moon. What did I do on the Spawncast that I tried to impress anybody? Wait, what did I say? What? Impress a girl? What did I... Whoa, hold up. I want to know. What did I do? Somebody give me some ideas. What did I do that was trying to impress a girl on the... Like, what? Cece? Celia? What did I do? Bro, I don't even know these days, man. People got all sorts of opinions, man. It's wild. That's actually funny, though. Sailor Moon. I don't know. Where is Sailor Moon from? If I started spinning around in my chair like 5,000 times and then do like a pose and then go like this and then finally throw a tiara, I think, yeah, if I just... Let me just spin around with my Joy-Con 5 million times, you know? And then go like... and then go... While the guy's just waiting there like Austin Powers, just while she's just spinning around, you know. Hey, what's up, Pink? Welcome to the stream, young lady. How you doing today? Hopefully you won't make this stream as if I'm trying to impress you too much. Oh, so your stance is reasonable if only being open-minded was the norm. Yeah. Dude, jealous you're talking to her. I don't think I need to try to impress, you know, anyone. I've never tried to do that online, you know. One, I've got a beautiful partner for sure, 100%. But let me give you guys, before I was married, right? Before a number of years ago, before I was with my beautiful wife and everything like that. Listen, I didn't have to do anything to impress. The girls came up. They came to me. There was no need to do anything to impress. I just did my stream. They're the ones that hit me up in the DMs. You know what I'm saying? They hit me up in the DMs before I got married, before all that. They were hitting me up. So I didn't really got to do anything. I was just me. You know what I'm saying? And even if I was like, when I was dating and all that, like, you know, if it was Tinder or if I was just casually dating, like, I didn't try to do anything to impress anyone. Everyone, they knew I was a nerd. They knew I like video games. I'm just me. And I went on a ton of different dates beforehand. You know, after I got in my last relationship, there was a gap. There was a few years where I was just single, and I never felt like I had to do anything to impress, man. I had some girls trying to sit there, try to get on one knee and tell me, will you marry me? I'm like, get up! Get up right now! What are you doing? So yeah, man, it's all good. You know, it's never been my forte, man. Never been my thing. So yeah, you impressed me without trying. Hey yo, let's go. Shout out to Pink. Yeah, your streams are awesome too. I love your streams. They're so good. I lurk a lot whenever I'm editing. You stream so early sometimes, so it's when I'm editing. But I'm in there lurking. Let's see here. OJ was about the free trade. No tariffs back then, bro. Free trade, baby. No tariffs. I might not be how they took it. Oh no, it was. They're grabbing the hand. Oh no. Absolutely. I was like, just slowly pick a house. Oh, nice hug. Here you go. Let's go. Shout outs to Psycho Pie. What up, Psycho? But yeah, let me read what Minato Mario had to say here. He says, I have no idea. Clearly, weirdos in the comment section is wacko, and I mock at the comments. People calling me defending OJ, being an OJ alt account. Yeah, I don't have the energy to make alt accounts and to argue with people and all that. I really don't have the energy to do that. I don't be doing that like RGT. RGT be making alt accounts. You know, RGT be alting. This man called Nissan Altima. RGTA, RG alt. Call this man Nissan Altima. Next time I see this man, beep beep, like he's an Altima. He be alting. This man, I'm out here airing this boy out. That man's an Altima, bro. But no, I don't be making alt accounts, man. I don't be making alt because it's too much work. I don't want to have to be, you know, logging in and out. And I know it's not that hard these days. You can just, you know, do whatever. But I don't really be doing all that. Just because there's no point. And I don't really comment on YouTube videos. I don't really look at the comments on other YouTube videos. I don't really do anything, you know. I don't really do all that. But I mean, feel free, like I said, Monado, feel free to invite those people here if they want to defend their comments or if they want to explain their comments to me. The Sailor Moon one is actually hilarious, bro. It's actually really funny. He might have just been joking around too. I think maybe sometimes people be joking around. They have a sense of humor, so I don't even really get too mad at that. But yeah, man, it's all good. Yo, jump on with the $5.
NGL, the recent news regarding Donkey Kong Bonanza got me watching Monsters Inc. again.
Okay.
Also, can y'all play Unexpectancy from Pizza Tower?
Yeah, I can play that for you. What was the I didn't see what that was. Unexpectancy from Pizza. So yeah, shout outs to Pizza Tower. It's a great game. Unexpectancy. Pizza Tower instrumental. I think we're gonna just play the instrumental. All right, here we go. One Me Games with Dawn 9 says, OJ, I will not marry you. No Hall effect ring. No Hall effect. No ring. Yo, let's go. OJ was swerving in that corner. Whoa, whoa. I'm sorry, Braider. I get it. I was swerving around that corner, bro. Turning that corner, bro. I was definitely, we were swerving around like I don't know, man. I'm telling you, bro. People be saying all sorts of stuff, man. But man, I'm telling you, man. I keep it real. Keep it real, hundo. Like we're not trying to pull anything here, guys. You know, there ain't no games or anything, man. Like, listen, we like Nintendo. That's great. I like Sony. I got a PS5 Pro. I got an Xbox Series. If they made Fable and all that, I'm down, ready to play. I like what I like, man. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Slide it more towards Nintendo. That's fine. That's what I like. Like. That doesn't mean Microsoft and Xbox are bad. That don't mean they're bad or nothing. That don't mean PC's bad. It don't mean that your games that you like are bad. Like, it's okay to like something more without sitting there and try to bash someone and sit there and say that they're so this and like they can enjoy people to like stuff. There's nothing wrong with somebody liking things more. Like, I don't go into comment section though and be bashing people. Like, I do say some stuff on Twitter when people be acting wild, but I think it's funny. Like, I don't think that, you know, except for like the hack stuff, that's not funny. But when it's like video game, like Steam Deck stuff, like I don't be really like salty like that, you know? And I definitely don't go into YouTube comment section commenting on a bunch of different things that make me angry or nothing or being upset, you know? That's not me, man. It just seems weird. It seems really goofy to do stuff like that. But I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird. Like I said, I think emotions are high. I think if you watch the podcast again, I think we were all being reasonable. I don't think that anybody was being unreasonable, but you got to look at it from our eyes, from our perspective. Like I said, we've been waiting for this for 8 years. You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, about to make a name for myself. We've been waiting for this for years. We've all been asking for better hardware. We've all been asking for improved Mario Kart. RGT, the Ultimate Warrior, WWF style. We've all been asking for more things. We've all been asking for this, and they've delivered. Like I said, everything's not perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. Everything wasn't perfect with Xbox Series X. I bought an Xbox Series X, right? I bought it day one. Everything was not perfect with PS5. I bought a PS5 day one. Like, it's not like I'm hoarding just the Nintendo and I'm not buying other stuff or playing. Like, last year I put more time into my PS5 than I did my Switch. Like, it's whatever calls me, I play. Whatever I'm into, I play. I'm old. I'm not young. My thought process with gaming is I like what I like. If I try out something and I don't like it, I don't like it. It has nothing to do with system or this system it's on, this and that. I got 5 bazillion third-party games not on Nintendo. I don't even know why. I'm not even saying like I gotta even explain it like this. You guys already know, but I just think it's funny how people think everything's so tribalistic. It's not. It really ain't. It's not. It's I promise, swear. I don't swear to God, but I mean, if I did, you know what I'm saying? Like, I swear, like, it's not that serious. I promise you, it's not that serious. I promise you, it's just about what I like, and I talk about what I like. You know what I'm saying? It's not some type of agenda or anything like that. Like, trust me, I've been doing this for so long, and I've been doing it for free for so long, since I was little. Before there was even YouTube or anything. YouTube didn't come out till I was already old. I was already double decades old when YouTube came out, you know? So it wasn't like let me take advantage of the algorithm, and just, you know, there wasn't even anything like that, fam. It was just, let's just talk about games. And that's how it's always been, man. Like I said, I've not always hit the nail on the head. There's been times when I've been wrong. I own that. I say, yo, I was wrong. My bad, you know? So, but that's it. It ain't nothing more. It ain't nothing less. Sometimes people take it way too serious, you know? How the F is the camera? Listen, cameras can be racist. This is not the first time that we've had problems with cameras being racist. I'm a Nintendo. Yeah, it's all good. Colt Eastwood podcast was about Nintendo. Tried people talking about. Hold up. Colt Eastwood podcast was about Nintendo. Tired of people talking about what they don't like or don't care about anyway. I mean, everyone's gonna talk about the Switch 2 because the Switch 1 was the best. It's the best selling system since the PlayStation 2. It's the best selling system that we've had that's dethroned Sony's dominance in home consoles. Sony's on a well, I wouldn't say a streak, but when it comes to just the overall average of sales, right? Sony is so consistent. So to have a system not only blow past everything Sony's done, PS3, PS4, PS5's not selling up to the Switch levels. It's just not. PS5, it's not on the same sales trajectory. So it's about PS5 and PS4 are about the same. PS4 is like what, almost 120 million or about that. So that's still 30 million plus away from the Switch, right? So to have a system that come out and to blow past Sony's expectations, that is news in its own right. So there's going to be a lot of people who don't know about it talking about it. Now, listen, guys, I'm not the biggest Sony. Like, I bought every single Sony system, and I think I know Sony a bit, but I'm not the biggest Sony guy. I've talked when I can, but I'm not going to sit here and talk Sony, even though I know a lot about Sony. And like I said, I buy all their systems. I buy everything that they have, and I play their systems. I've spent tens of thousands of hours on Sony systems from the PS1 all the way through to the PS5. Like I said, I put more time into my PS5 than I did my Switch last year. So I know the systems, and I know but I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know them as a company and know them as a business. I'm not gonna sit here and like Xbox. Legitimately, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing, and I thought I knew them in the Xbox 360 era, and I thought I was pretty comfortable talking about them. But I actually don't know them now at this point. I don't know them. I'll talk when I feel like it because I'm still a customer and I still buy their stuff. I have hundreds of Xbox games, over the course of all the different systems, but I'm not going to make podcasts and talk about Xbox all the way. Like when the next Xbox comes out, I'll discuss it. When the next PlayStation come out, I'll discuss it, but am I going to make my streams about it normally? Of course not, So yeah. Galactus says, hey, OJ, a few years ago we had a discussion in chat, said there'll be another Mario Kart on Switch. You said it would be cross-gen, just for the record. Yeah, that's true. You did win. You did win on that one. I thought they would make a cross-gen one, Galactus. That's true. You got me on that one, brother. Let's see here. The camera's just another... No, Bead Queen, I don't think you watched it. It was a joke. It was a joke. It wasn't actually serious. Like... So here's what happened, guys. Here's the deal with the racist camera. It wasn't actually like a real thing. Well, no, it was a real thing, but nobody was using it to try to bash or to try to do anything. It wasn't like that. So Gene Park said that when he went to the Nintendo Switch Experience, that there was a black person there using the camera with other people, and I had a hard time picking him up. Now, he said he didn't know if it was the lighting in the room or whatever it was, but he said that it did have a hard time picking him up. So then the joke was that it was a racist camera, or it was a Hulk Hogan camera. That was the joke. If you missed the Spawncast, that was what we were saying. So we were laughing about that. So then I think I said something along, if you played Watch Dogs 2, there is a joke that's very similar to that in Watch Dogs 2, where the main character is black in Watch Dogs 2, for those who don't know. And he gets into a car, and the car is linked up. It's kind of like a Knight Rider car or whatever. Like, the car is linked up. It has video feed. And, like, he has, like, one of his homies, you know, that's, like, linked up. And then he makes a joke along the same lines, saying that he can't see him, you know, because it's too dark in there. He's too dark. I can't pick you up. So I said the same. It just reminded me of that joke in Watch Dogs, you know, in that joke in Watch Dogs. So that's it. It was a lighthearted joke between two friends, though. It wasn't like, oh, you know, I meant like the Watch Dogs joke. The Watch Dogs joke. When Gene Parks said it, it wasn't a joke. He just said it was having the trouble picking. Like, people weren't laughing about it or trying to say different things. He just said, like, hey, look, it was having a hard time picking him up, you know, with the camera, from his hands-on experience, or eyes-on, or whatever experience, right? So yeah, so then it just reminded me of the Watch Dogs 2 situation. I mean, listen, in Japan, listen, no black Nintendo beta testers, yeah. People in Japan, there's not a lot. I don't know if there's any that work for Nintendo of Japan. So when they were making the camera, they were testing it out, it was probably all on fair-skinned people. So definitely need some tweaking and adjustments, you know, to pick up the Wesley Snipes of the world, you know what I'm saying? I might be one of them tweeters. It might get some of me. I don't think I'm that bad, but it might get some, and not all. So I'm sweating a little bit too, you know. So all of us a little worried. All of us darker skinned brothers a little worried, but I think I might make it. I might make the cut. Oh, let's see here. J2 with the $5 ninja feature.
Now I can take a load off my shoulders with FF7 Remake on Switch 2 lol.
FF7 Remake Intergrade. It's actually the Intergrade version of the game, so it looks a bit sharper and better than what was there. Somebody told me here today that a Digital Foundry, like somebody was a developer was, they said that they were cutting them a little short in terms of what Digital Foundry said about the hardware, about the power of the hardware. Does anybody have a link to that forum post? Maybe DJ King, if you're here, does anybody have an actual link to that forum post of the developers saying that Digital Foundry was cutting the Switch 2 short? I kind of want to put that into a video. They did HDR, but not OLED. I think OLED was to probably bring down the price a little bit. I think that's really what the reason why they did no OLED, but that's just my speculation. Day one patch incoming. Yo, let's go. We're cooked. Man, Nintendo Japan ain't hiring a brother anytime soon, yeah. By the time I finish FF7 Reboot, it'll come to Switch 2? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I think the music's too loud, too, guys. Sorry if the music's been too loud. My bad. Let's see here. So it's all good. So this testers from India, yeah. Those found you kind of undersold what the Switch 2 could be actually. Yeah, I watched it and they were kind of like, oh, PS4, but better in some type of ways, and better, but it's kind of more like they kept on saying PS4, but way better in this way, or there's new process. Like they kept on putting a bunch of PS4, but asterisks, like, oh, a lot of asterisks there, you know. And I think that they're trying to, you know, make it to where people don't have overly inflated expectations, right? And once again, they did the same thing with the Nintendo Switch. They're like Xbox 360, but a little bit, you know, but clearly the Switch 1 was better than the Xbox 360 in many ways, and got things that the Xbox 360 probably wouldn't be able to get, you know, when it comes down to it. So I think it's going to be very similar to that. Although, you know, the main guy, the main, you know, John in like 30 years guy, that guy was like, I think his name is Rich. That guy was like, hey, you know, it's better than maybe what we expected too. So they kind of had a wide range. And once again, they're not developers. They're just very technologically savvy. And they've obviously spoken to a lot of developers and kind of know the process, but they don't actually develop, you know? So there is a little bit of a disconnect there. I think that their podcast was good though. And I think they were fair. And they did talk about things in terms of their expertise and stuff that none of us could probably do. So I do thank Digital Foundry for that. I don't think that they're bad. I think that they're a good place. They're a good channel. They're a good channel, and I don't think that they stoke fanboy wars or flames and stuff. I think that they generally try to give accurate information. And of course, they're human. They're not perfect, and they don't know everything, but they do their best. I think that the Star Wars Outlaws discussion, that was very important, because the one guy that doesn't like Nintendo at all, I forgot what his name is. He has like a scar kind of, but he's looks like a younger guy with the hair. Forgot what his name is. But he seems like a cool dude. Anyway, that guy, he knows everything about like, the Snowdrop engine. Well, not everything, but he knows a lot about the Snowdrop engine and the Star Wars Outlaws game. He says that Star Wars Outlaw is the most graphically ambitious game that they saw from the Nintendo Switch 2 presentation. And that they were wondering, is that actually the Switch 2 footage? How are they going to get that game running? Considering how it is on Xbox and PlayStation, and I think they even timed it at 60 frames at some point or something. So they were very interested. Like, that's the type of knowledge that I go there so I can say, okay, like I can learn a little bit more, because they will say things that obviously other content creators won't be able to say. They are very knowledgeable about tech. So it's good. So when I heard their podcast, I was like, okay, that's cool. Maybe, the situation like PS4 and a little bit better. Like but they did put a lot of caveats, like, like it could be, like it's better than we thought. Like there's going to be upgrades and there's new products. Like they did add that in there. Very similar to Switch 1 at times. But yeah. Apparently Star Wars Outlaws is the most ambitious game that was shown at that event. So yeah. Whenever they try to praise the Switch, they immediately walk it back and try to praise Nintendo. I think maybe it can sound like that, but I think that they're also, like I said, trying to reel in expectations a little bit. Don't be thinking something too crazy. Have you pre-ordered Daemon X Machina? They are live. I have not pre-ordered Daemon X Machina yet. No. I just don't get the hate around them. Yeah. I mean, I get some of it, but then, like, it's just people being salty about some things sometimes, And I think other times it's about, sometimes they do get things a little bit wrong, or they some people don't like the way that they formulated things. Just very similar to how my video about the Switch 2, like, why do you need to make, like, what was the problem, right? The problem was, why do you need to make that video? That the Steam Deck is so much more capable. You just like Nintendo. Blah, blah, blah. It was just like, just a bunch of whatever. People just have their quirks with how someone says things, how someone does things. And I think that there's definitely a lot of people that feel that way about anybody, myself included. Like, if people just don't like how I say things or how I express things, and that's completely fine. Like, I know I can maybe be a little bit annoying on certain stuff, and I'm not going to be for everyone. And I think that's kind of how some people feel about Digital Foundry. So like I said, to try to relate it to myself, like, just I can kind of understand what people are thinking, when people don't like them. And I think it's the same thing like with my video. I think I explained myself very well in my video, but there were still people that went ballistic, right? Or not ballistic, but were just upset with how I said it, I think how you say things, I'm a communication major. So how you say things is very important. Two people can say the exact same thing, but can change their tone, and you can think one thing about how this person said it, and then something different about how this person said it, and they can say the exact same thing. Personal perception of that said person can change how you feel about what that said person says. If you don't like or have an issue with said person, if they say something that you don't like, you're already going to be more negative, usually, not all the time, more negative. Whereas if you like someone, you might be softer on the stance just because you think that person says that or means it in goodwill. Communication is very complex. That's why there's a degree, right? You can get a 4-year degree for it, because it's not something that's very simple. Video communication is quite possibly some of the most difficult to interpret someone's intentions overall, especially with preconceived notions, biases, whatever the case is. For example, my video, and I think everything Digital Foundry does, it's not malicious, but you will probably have many people feeling that it's very malicious. And I don't think anybody here thinks that it's super malicious. They just think that there's some things that you guys don't like that they do, and that's fair. There's some things that when I watch my videos back, I'm like, I don't like that I did that, or I don't like that I said it that way. And if you hear my videos, I have cuts in my videos. I mean, you can, sometimes some of you guys can tell, but I have cuts because there's sometimes I say something and I don't like the way that I said it, or it came off wrong, so I cut it out because it came, and I'm the one who said it. Like, and it's not like I made a mistake, like I stumbled over my words, which I've done sometimes and accidentally left it in, or I've stumbled over my words and I cut, I mean, like, I said something and I said it with all my chest. And then I'm hearing it back after I'm done, after 15 or 20 minutes when I'm done recording my video, and I hear it back and I'm like, I sound like a complete douchebag. Let me cut that out. Y'all don't gotta hear that. Y'all don't gotta hear that, you know? So that's essentially what it is, you know? So I think that's what's happening there. Ooh, math degree, smart. Oliver was praising Mario Kart World, then was trying to say Switch 1 can run it then John had to stop him and say it wouldn't be possible. He kept on trying to pin all the comparisons on PS4. I didn't hear that part. Where was that part? I did not hear that part where they said it. I don't think Mario Kart, just from looking at it, I don't think Mario Kart World might be possible on Switch 1, but would it be 30 frames? Would it be 60 frames locked? Would it be in the resolution? I mean, I think that game runs, it might run at a native 4K. Nintendo had it in 4K. It either might run at a native 4K or it runs, I don't know if they said 1440p. Maybe it's 1440p, right? But I don't know if they'd be able to get it to that frame rate and resolution on Switch 1, right? Because like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, those run at 30 frames with dips on Switch 1. Mario Kart is now an open world racing game with 24 racers. They doubled the racers, made the world way bigger. The graphics are way better. Everything's way better. I mean, you'd have to downscale that game significantly, which I think that it might be possible, right? We've seen Doom Eternal and other big games, you know, downscale to the Switch. So I definitely think it's possible, but would it be the game that they want it to be? You know, I'm not so sure. I don't think it would be, you know? I mean, like I said, it can be done, but Doom 2016 on Switch is not the exact same game as Doom 2016 on Xbox and PlayStation. So yeah, I don't know if Baron's still here. We can definitely do like the rant with Baron if Baron wants to talk about something. So Baron, if you're still here, let me know. Sorry, I just wanted to go through all the comments and stuff before. I didn't want to do that right away. So if Baron's here, we can definitely do that. Tone is important when it comes to communication, which sometimes doesn't translate well through text. Exactly. And some people are very bad or awkward with communication. And listen, I got a communication degree and I still mess up with my tone, right? Like, I'm not perfect either. And I got a freaking degree, you know? Like, but I'll be honest, if you hear me speak after I was done with college, like, and back in the day, if you hear how I spoke back then and how I speak now, it's obviously night and day difference because you need on-the-job experience. Like, communication degrees not going to set you up to be like a goated speaker. I'm not saying that I'm goated, but it's not going to set you up to be a good speaker or to even do what I'm doing right now. It's not. You can still feel awkward, uncomfortable. You can still be shifting your eyes and rolling and going like this and acting all shifty like I used to act in my videos. You can be turning in your chair and doing other things. So, and your tone can be off. Like sometimes you can express excitement when you're not excited, express disappointment when you're actually excited. Like communication is very complex and it's deep. But at the same time, like, I think that sometimes not everybody, you know, expresses what they want to express the way that they want to. I would say let's give a little bit more grace and stuff like that, kumbaya and all, you know, all that good stuff. But you know, it happens. I get it, you know. The game Double M with the $5, and says, God knows I need to save every extra dime I have to get my Nintendo Switch 2, but I can't help it. I must donate. I love this channel. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, at the same time, like, I understand that too, guys. But, you know, I appreciate anybody that does support. I'm going to keep on doing my best to give you guys the best, you know, Nintendo Switch RPG content that I can do. I mean, I took my focus. I did what I needed. I focused. I niched in. Yeah, man, I tried to do the portable stuff like with Steam Deck and maybe other stuff, and it just didn't work out. You know, it just didn't work out for me. Yeah, man, like, I don't know. I think it's fun. I think it's, and if you guys can hit that like button, we got 174 likes. If you guys can hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. If you do hit that like button, I would love if you guys did. So thank you so much, for those who do hit that like button. So yeah. Freaking tone. Can't stand it. Do we know how much more powerful Switch 2 is compared to Switch 1? Now, according to NVIDIA, which sometimes people don't always take what they have to say seriously because of what they said about the recent graphics cards. But if you take what they say about the Switch 1 to Switch 2, it's 10 times more powerful in graphical computing performance. Now, Digital Foundry casted some doubt on that because of what we've seen running on the system. I would guess that statement would have to be co-opted by Nintendo, unless it wasn't, but I doubt NVIDIA would push that statement out if Nintendo didn't at least see it. So maybe at a raw, basic compute, what are the raw spec numbers? Yeah, Switch 2 is significantly stronger, 10 times more strong. In actual in-game performance and what's happening there, I don't know if we're going to get 10 times the ability of the Switch 2, right? Of the Switch 1 to Switch 2. So I don't know if that's going to be the case. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. How many it's probably a lot of N64s, you know? Doug Bowser said the same thing as NVIDIA. Okay, so Doug Bowser, so that's what I'm saying. So Nintendo co-opted that statement, right? Now, in actual game performance, will we get 10 times better game performance? Well, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild does not run at 10 times the performance of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom do not run at 10 times the performance on Switch 2 than on Switch 1, right? The resolution has what? Doubled, went up, almost, it's 1440p, right? So it's not like we're getting 10 times. So see what I'm saying? It's not a clean we're getting double the frame rate. We're not getting 120 frames or even more. We're getting 60 frames for that game, right? So in actual real world performance, and yes, you can't do a 1-to-1 scale because some games are obviously scaled way more rigorously, if I said that word right, or way more, intense on the Switch 1, so it's not going to be a 1-to-1 scale 100%, right? You might get 10 times the performance of a game that's on the low end of the Switch compared to a game that's on the high end, like a Tears of the Kingdom. But yeah, it's several times stronger. So at the end of the day, we're probably looking in game performance. It's probably going to be at least 4 to 5 times what we would see normally, right? In pure performance. In what you can at least equate to what you would think would be 5 times. Screw all the digital tech talk. What do you think would be significantly stronger, right? So for me, seeing Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild run at 1080p, run at 1440p, not even 1080p, 1440p, 60 frames in an open world game with 4-second loading times, that's great performance, right? That's like when you watch those Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild GeForce videos, it's like that. It's like, oh wow, obviously not the 8K or like not the 4K, but it's still really, really good. And on the handheld, dude, it's gonna run at 1080p 60 on the handheld with the HDR. It's gonna look beautiful. It is going to, the only thing would be like obviously OLED, right? OLED would just put the like cherry on top, right? Chef's kiss. But like, still, even with HDR and even with 1080p and 60 on that screen with Joy-Con 2 support and all of that, I think it's going to be great, man. So yeah, Breath of the Wild Breath of the Wild doesn't run at 4K 60. Breath of the Wild on Switch 2 runs at 1440p, at least from what we understand. It runs at 1440p. It doesn't run at 4K. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Idris? Welcome to the stream. And my foot is about to get tied up with this. Sorry, guys. Hold up. All right, there we go. What's up, Idris? Welcome. I'm more than happy. Yeah, 1440p and 2K upscale to 4K or natural upscaler. That's perfect. That's perfectly fine. I don't know what SMT5 runs at on PS5. Is it 4K 60? Does anybody know what SMT5 runs at? But whatever SMT, I think that might be 4K 60 on PS5. But or upscaled 1440p. I don't know what it is, but I've played games in 1440p upscaled, like on my TV, like on PS5 or whatever, and it looks great. Like I think Assassin's Creed Shadows, I don't know what on PS5 Pro what the performance mode is, like what the resolution is, but whatever it is, it's fine. I don't think it's running a native 4K 60, but it looks incredible. It looks really good. 4K 60, yes. So it looks very clean. That's a Switch 1 game. SMT5 benches it, and it looks beautiful. But you can tell that it's a Switch 1 game, but I didn't have any issue with it. PSP is stronger than Switch 2. Let's go. I need me that Bayo 3. Yes, we need Bayo 3 and Astral Chain updates ASAP. ASAP Rocky. I don't know what the compute power above the Wii U to Switch was. I don't really know. Do you have any games that have ray tracing? Do I have any games? I'm pretty sure I have some games on PC that have ray tracing, yeah. Or maybe even PS5. I don't know. What PS5 games have ray tracing? Party Man says that Switch 2 Direct and all the Switch 2 footage made me not want to touch my Switch anymore. It really did. But I'm playing Xenoblade X and I'm doing all the side quests, but it did really make me not want to touch my Switch either because of like all the updates that could be coming. So why spend your time, you know, playing the Switch 1 and those games when you might get an update for it and you can play it in better quality. So what I've decided to do is do every single side quest in Xenoblade Chronicles X and not advance the story until every single side quest is done. So I've been side questing for the last like 20 hours of 10 hours of Xenoblade and I'm only on chapter 5 going to chapter 6, but I've been side questing and doing frontier nav and doing arms tests. And I'm like, all right, let me just do the side stuff because I really want to play this in 60 frames if I can without having to, you know, replay the game or have stuff to do. So I'm kind of trying to hold out for the next couple months, you know. I don't know. I play Xeno every day though, so I think I'm gonna run out of game at some point. So yeah, YouTube is compressed 4K, but what you can do if you have like a downloader. So I use 4K video downloader. So what you can do is that you can rip the 4K, you can rip the 4K clean, right? You can rip it. You can rip the 4K clean from there, and then you can watch it, okay? And that's how, you know, that's how you can watch it in like where it's like nice, you know, where it's like everything's kind of like all set up. So for example, we couldn't do it on this stream, but let's see here, Mario Kart World Treehouse. I think I have the 4K. So like I have a video player. Now, like I said, you guys aren't gonna be able to see the 4K because this stream's not in 4K, you know. So you guys won't be able to see it. But hold on, let me pause that. But let me see if I can give you guys like a little bit of a snapshot, right? Because it's a clean 4K on mine, but maybe I can give you guys just a little bit of a snapshot of what it would be like. So I have a video player that does 4K. This is a clean 4K ripped straight from the treehouse. And that's how I watched it when I made that tweet where it looks like, and maybe even right here, you can kind of tell just a little bit because there isn't the YouTube compression on top of my compression that I do. But you can tell just how clean it looks. But this is just straight up ripped, you know, 4K. You can tell by the, or not, maybe it's not 4K 100. I don't know if it is, but whatever. It's clean. It's a high resolution. It's definitely higher than 1080p. It looks like. So, and like you can see that, you know, right here.
It's actually being held there,
you know,
without Sam having to hold down a button.
That's correct.
A new thing.
Yeah, it looks super nice. Me looking at it right here, it looks so clean. You know, you can see like the thickness of the models. You can see like the shadows and like look how clean the shadows look and stuff. I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna sit there and say that it's like, oh my god, the most impressive things ever. But look at like the whole world is being rendered. Give me 1 second here, guys. Let me just turn down the volume just a little bit. So like you can see like the ambitiousness of the game. Look at how you can go anywhere. It's open-ended. There's multiple different pathways. Like it's just nice, man. Like it's just super nice. It's Nintendo finally, you know, catching up, whether it's the PS4 times or not. Their art direction, you know, combined with the way that they make their games. Like, listen, guys, I get it. It's expensive. I'm not trying to justify or tell you guys to spend, you know, the 80. I'm saying this. If you feel this looks like it's worth it, then it's worth it. But for me, I am not going to deprive myself of enjoying this game. And I'm getting the bundle. But even if I wasn't getting the bundle, look at that. Those are like those Tom and Jerry. You see that Tom and Jerry animation that I told you guys about? Look at that. We'll look at it again. Did you guys see that right there? Like that type of stuff right there. Like getting shocked like that. That's just awesome. It you need to like that right there. It's so good. It's so good. You know, whereas before in the past, your car would just like tumble and roll or whatever, right? But now like you actually see like the shocking animation of someone getting lit. You know, someone just getting lit up. You know, and now dynamic weather that can attract the look at that. You got some of the dirt on the track. These are all things that are going to affect the racing, how your tires feel, how your racing feels. You know what I'm saying? How everything is. Like, it affects it all. The game is nice. Like I said, I don't know if it's worth 80. Obviously, you know, I don't want prices to go up. But, you know, I'm not going to not play the game. I'm not going to not buy it. Like, I've got to be insane. This game looks awesome. You know? Bro, there's so, yeah, Party Man, we're going to do it, Party Man. We're definitely going to do it. In regards to Mario Kart World, do you think Nintendo will say this game is 80, but all the DLC will be included for free? I hope so. I hope so. I think that would be really good if they actually made like a season pass for free, or maybe at least the first season pass, like the first wave of content is free, and then maybe you pay after that. But like, you know, this is like I said. Look at this vast, open-endedness, man. Look at the draw distance. Like, it's fantastic. It's so good. Like, I can't even front, man. It's nice. And like I said, man, I'm not trying to shill it. I'm not fanboying it. Like, it's legitimately, I'm excited to play. And I swear, I promise, that's it. There is no hidden agenda, guys. It looks fun. It looks fun, and I want to play it. That's it. You know? That's really it, man. I just want to play it. It looks fun. How are they gonna add tracks to this? I don't know. Maybe they'll add separate worlds or separate like areas like on. I don't know how they will, but in order to they added obviously a lot. Like World has a ton of tracks already, but I'm not exactly sure how they'll add more. Maybe they'll add a separate like second area that you can go to, right? That loads into the second area. Maybe they'll do stuff like that. I could see battle mode being part of a free roam mode, or maybe season pass only event too. Yeah, all DLC cooked in for 80 would be worth it. It's also would stop online play from being fragmented between the people who have the DLC and who don't. Okay. I'm excited to see what they haven't shown us, just like the underground Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, there definitely could be some more secrets and surprises that we don't know about as well. You know? Also, another thing, too, is like Digital Foundry. They did come out and say, you know, like with the system specs and all that, they asked, like, people were asking about the price and if the price is too much. And I really wanted to hear Digital Foundry's take on it, you know, and they said for what you're getting for the specs, you know, like the price is fine. I think the game is the funny thing is that they almost it sounded like they were nicer to the price of the games than we were on the Spawncast. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I missed something else that they said, but it seemed like we kind of ripped into the price a little bit more than I think even Digital Foundry did. But once again, I think it's the same thing with us, with them. They all have the money. They all do this for a living. They all can write it off as a personal business expense. So it's like they're trying to say 80, like they're trying to play both sides, but there's no content creator that has made it or that has done well that knows that they can play this game and enjoy it or make content off of it. That's going to be like, oh my gosh, the $10, I'm dead. You know, it's going to like, I wouldn't say it's disingenuous, but it is a little bit disingenuous if you are to sit there and go if you're a Nintendo content creator, right? And I say that because RGT said the same thing too. He's like, listen, it's a lot, but I'm gonna buy it. I know I have to. Like I'm going to, because he knows he's gonna make videos. And his video of him going, on Mario Kart, it's gonna get like 200, 300,000 views, and he's gonna make like $600 off the video or something. Something my son's happy about Mario Kart 2. He's gonna make like $600 off the video, and it's like you paid for the $80, and then you paid for multiple Mario Karts. You know, what was it? Like my not buy now before, where my compilation vids. You know, I buy a lot of those games for those compilation vids. I do a lot. I have all those games. Why do I buy it? Because I know that vid might get 100K, and I'm gonna make a good amount off of that. You know, off of that ad revenue for that video. Like my top 25 AAA third-party games, I bought all those games. I played a lot. I spent time playing them. You know, and it was a lot of money to make that video, but I did well. It did 300,000 views. Yeah, that video made like $1,000 or something. I don't know. But I mean, obviously YouTube takes 30%. But I don't know how well the video did. I don't know. But I know it did really. I know it covered all the games that I bought on discount, or that I rented, or that I whatever. It covered everything that I needed to do, right? So am I gonna get mad? I mean, yeah, sure. I can be like, oh, I don't like the prices of some of these third-party games, Switch tax, blah blah blah. I can do that. But am I really that mad? I'm not really that mad. Like, yes, I don't like it, and I'll talk about it, and I made a video on it, and that's about the best I can do. Like, that's about the best I can do, guys. Like, honestly, that's about the best I can do. Like, I can't really do anything more than saying, hey, look, I don't think it should be that. I think it should be this. It'd be better. Obviously, I don't want to see that as a trend. It's going to start going up. It's going to be tough for consumers. You know, that's it. So yeah, regarding the Digital Foundry video, they touch upon their opinion on the price of this mark. They said they get it in their view. It makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Shout outs to figure drawing. So, you know, I don't know. I didn't read the comments. Monado, if Monado Mario is still here, you know. So yeah. DF understands from the industry-wide perspective what's going on with the games. I'll give them that. That's true. They do. That they do. Burger. Yeah, you can eat burgers. When you eat a burger, you change outfits. Mario's got this cool outfit now, and he just ate a burger. But yeah, man, it look like I said, a lot of people are judging it on the YouTube feed. This is a clean, you know, so this actually might look better than how Nintendo did it. I don't know. I think, what do you guys think? This actually might look a little bit better than when Nintendo did it, because I ripped the clean feed off of Nintendo's channel, so it might look a little bit cleaner. So yeah. Yeah, the rail rides plus the wall riding is like, it reminds me of Tony Hawk. They're like, hey, let's take a skateboarding game and let's put it in here. You got some primo grinds or something like that? Got some primo, got some wall rides, Tony Hawk. You know what I'm saying? The hanger, wall rides going. To me, Nintendo games are always worth it because they offer a lot of replayability. Yeah. Xbox fanboys and PS fanboys are uniting to hate Switch 2. Do you think that they're afraid Switch 2 might sell? That's why it's happening. That's a good question. I don't think they're hating because, I mean, you put it in there. If they're a fanboy, then they're hating because they don't like it. You know, not everybody likes Nintendo's games, clearly. There are some people that don't like their policies, don't like their games, don't like them. So they're going to be more negative on the games and whether something's worth the money or not. That's called being subjective, right? It's a subjective thing. So their opinion isn't invalid simply because they don't like Nintendo. That's their opinion. There's a lot of people who share that opinion, and it's completely fine. If they want to rally to hate against it, that's also fine too. Do I think that they're doing that, uniting to rally against it because they're afraid of the sales? I think that they don't like the fact that Switch did so well, despite being so much more underpowered compared to the other systems. Nice dynamic time of day too while you're at it. I think a lot of them don't like that because it shows that they were wrong about the Switch. A lot of them predicted that the Switch would flop, it wouldn't do well. So when you see something do well and it does way better, you know, than you thought it would do, and when you don't like something, and if you can't make, if you're a content creator and you can't make, if you're a fanboy content creator and you can't make money off of liking the game or off of buying and liking because you don't like it, then the next best thing to do is to complain and to hate, because you can make money off of that, right? So you can make money off that. You don't have, and you don't even have to buy anything. So I think that's kind of where it stands right now, right? Like where I kind of see it. I kind of see it that way. But not everyone's gonna like Mario Kart. You know, not everyone's gonna think it's worth $80, and that's even Nintendo fans included, right? So I don't really think that it's like a and I know I'm kind of rambling right now, but that's my honest opinion. Like, I don't think it's unfair for them to say that they're gonna boycott it, or if they're not gonna like it, that's fine. You don't have to buy it. But for the people that do want to buy it, they're gonna buy it and they're gonna enjoy it. I think it's gonna be quality. Yeah, and it looks really good. I want to play it, you know, at the end of the day. I mean, I've spent, I think on Metaphor Refantasio, people talk about $100 game or $80 games. I think Atlas gave me a review code, and I spent $100 on the premium digital edition of Metaphor Refantasio, and I didn't even need it. It doesn't come with anything important. Digital music, all the music's online. It doesn't come with anything art book or digital. The art book's online. It's all digital stuff. It's nothing physical. But I I purchased the premium edition. It comes with the PS4 version and the PS5 version with cross save between them. So there's that. But all I did was play the PS4 version to show that the PS4 version runs a little bit better than the PS5 version. That's all I did. I didn't play it because I played the PS5 version. So I spent $100 on that. So I've already spent. There's been multiple times where I've spent on a game that I feel is worth it. I have spent more than $70 on the game. I've spent $100 on the game, where I've spent more. I mean, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the collector's edition, I spent $100 on that collector's edition as well. So, I mean, it's not anything new to me to spend more than that. But yeah, obviously for the general consumer, you definitely want things to be less, right? Kind of sounds like Dreamcast guy for some reason, not hating on him, but surprised at his take recently on the subject. I didn't see it, but you guys have told me some things about it, and I think he's just a big fan of Sony. I think, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think since he's a big fan of Sony, I think his standards are kind of more set to that, right? So since his standards are more set to what Sony does, I think that it ultimately shifts towards that, which is okay. It's that bias is fine. I don't have a problem with it. I think that's fine. That's unique and it's good for, you know, his own whatever, what he wants. Let me go back to the beginning so we can get keep the gameplay going. Okay. So I don't think that it's necessarily wrong per se, but he's not a big fan of all of Nintendo's first party games. I know he does play some of them, but he says that he doesn't play his Switch anymore. He doesn't care about a lot of the games from what I understand. I know he likes some Mario games and stuff like that. But like when Super Mario Bros. Wonder came out, you know, he dismissed it immediately. And this is not hating on him, and I'm just talking about it because you brought it up. I'm not, Dreamcast guy's the homie, you know. But he immediately dismissed the game, said that it's nothing, said that it's not that big of a deal. And we had that bet, right? We had that bet that he felt that it wasn't Game of the Year quality, that it wasn't good. He said that and it's not good. I mean, listen, I can almost, and I hate to do this, but like if that quality of game was maybe on what he likes more, with PlayStation, then I think that maybe it would have been a little bit different, you know, because that's what he likes. He's more comfortable, the achievements or the trophies. There's more things that appeal to him, you know, on there, because Astrobot was apparently the greatest thing ever. You know what I'm saying? As a platformer, and people that play Mario games are like, okay, it's good. I mean, there are some people that felt that it was better, that are Nintendo fans, but a lot of people that played Astrobot were like, that's good, but I mean, Mario did this a while ago. Mario does considerably more than this game, you know? And that's not how it came out from him and from other people that are more into what Sony likes. So I think, and like I said, that's completely fine. Having that that treatment in terms of like the DualSense and like the 4K or the resolution or whatever, right? That's completely fine to enjoy it a bit more because of that, right? And that's why I'm trying to be, you know, diplomatic about it. But yeah, that's just my thought process. And I don't think he's wrong for it either, you know, because that's the system that he likes. That's his favorite. So yeah. See, like, I mean, the thing with me is that, like, I like a game if I like a game. SMT5, that was on Switch. Did I play SMT5 Vengeance on Switch? Nope. Nope. played that on PS5. You know what I'm saying? So like I wanted the best experience on there for that, you know? Unicorn Overlord. I mean, I played that on PS5 a lot. I played it on Switch too, the portable. But you know, so it just depends, right? It just depends. They are scared of a powerful Nintendo because they have the first party exclusives as well as the third party now. I think that there's definitely some people that are like that and they want it to not do well because of that. Okay, so Baron's here. So Baron, do you want to come on and talk? Let me open up Discord so you can come on and talk since you're back now. Let's go. All right, let me open up. I need to put Discord on my Discord. I need to put it on my what's it called? My taskbar. Unpinned from taskbar. Oh, it already is on my taskbar. Okay. So they're more afraid of the fact that Nintendo hardware is not capable. They aren't aware. They aren't aware that that's why they're trying to say it's weaker than the PS4. It's denial. Okay. People are scared because Nintendo has FromSoft. I think that there's definitely there's some like what on that front, right? Like, and listen, I think some of it is fair for them to feel that way if they want to, if they don't like Nintendo and they don't like their policies. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they don't like Nintendo and they don't like their policies, then I can understand why some people would be salty on that front. You know what I'm saying? Like, be upset on that front. Because it's like, well, I don't like Nintendo. I don't like their policies. I don't like how they do things. You know, well, like, then yeah, why would you like, you know, why would you like Nintendo doing well? You don't like them, you know? So, Baron, I'm going to give you a voice. I'm going to start you off on a voice call, Baron. So when you're ready, let me know. If you connect, let me know.
It's all good.
Let's see, you're kind of hoping SMT5 then just get the Switch 2 edition. I would hope so too, but I'm not playing that game again. Even Sonic fans are trashing MK World and said Sonic Cross World is better. A lot of these hate towards Nintendo. You can't take anything. Sonic fans are gonna buy Mario Kart World. They're gonna buy it because they know that it looks better. I mean, listen, Sonic Cross Worlds or whatever, it's an okay looking game, but Mario Kart World clearly is more advanced and better. Like clearly it is. Clearly it is. So, see, I'm gonna try to call Baron. I'm gonna try to call you again, Baron. So if Baron wants to hop on, you can hop on, talk about some Nintendo Switch stuff. Nintendo Switch 2 stuff, Baron. Call you again. Said it before, everyone has their healthy Nintendo PS and Xbox. Yeah, everyone wins. If there's a healthy Xbox, everyone wins. I've made a good amount as well, talking about, you know, PlayStation, my streams or videos. I mean, obviously it's not been that great, but I've made videos talking about Assassin's Creed or talking about whatever that I played on my PlayStation, like SMT5 Vengeance or Metaphor. I made a video on Metaphor Fantasio. I mean, that video did well. That video did really good. I think I got like 16, 17K. Almost paid for the game itself. So like I've done well. Like I want all the systems to do well. Like I don't want systems to flop. I think that I think that's the difference between somebody like me who's a bit more, you know, I would say long-range business-minded when it comes down to these things. Like a healthy industry. Now, it's okay to have critique and criticism. I think that's fair. I've critiqued and criticized lots of things. But at the end of the day, you don't want something to outright, like I don't want a system to outright fail. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want something to outright fail. Even if I say, oh, I don't like this, or it's a scam, this and that, I don't want it to fail. I'll still buy the system. I'll always buy it and I'll see what they have. I'll see what they offer, you know?
Wow, look at you going in.
Yeah, Baron, I got you. 5 minutes? Okay, let me know in the chat when you're ready and I got you. So yeah. Not willing to spend 80 on Mario Kart World, but I'll probably get the bundle and the physical later. Yeah. I mean, if it goes down, we'll see. Let's see here. Damn, actually, you're right. I can't code for Sonic Crossroad. Oh, still. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing both. I think that where the competition comes in, because obviously Mario versus Sonic back in the day, and clearly, like, I mean, this is probably gonna be like an all-generation thing, or mostly all-generation thing for both games. So player counts and how many people are playing a game at a time. Like when you come home from work, what are you gonna come home and play? You're gonna come home and play Mario Kart, or you're gonna come home and play Sonic? Like there is some direct competition there, right? So yeah. Let's see here. So how many copies sold for we think for World? I mean, it's impossible to tell because it's gonna be a bundled in. So like, I guess we can. It's impossible. It's bundled in from the very beginning. You know, so there's going to be a large amount of copies sold that are simply just the bundle. The bundle looks way more appealing than the standard version of the game because you get the premier game for the system for $50. You know, so if you get it for $50, that's clearly a better deal than buying it for. I mean, obviously you might want the physical cartridge, but the way that Nintendo's done the whole game sharing thing now, like digital becomes a little bit more appealing, a little bit more ownership over your digital games because now you can actually let somebody else borrow that game. You know, when it comes down to it, right? You can tie the account thingy and then you can let somebody borrow it. So I think Nintendo's definitely nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Don't need to buy physical anymore. Nudge, nudge, wink, 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 wink. Like they're definitely going in that area, but they're still supporting physical, which they're still going to make plenty of money off people buying the games physical, you know? Let's see here. DeAndre says, did you read my don't? Oh, I did not. What the heck? DeAndre with the $5, $100 was Metaphors, Canadian price for the standard edition. I was kind of priced out of the deluxe edition. Oh my gosh. Shout out to DeAndre. Thank you for the dono, man. I appreciate that. Oh, goodness. What a stream today. I don't think we even talked about a lot of the stuff that we were supposed to talk about. So I guess I can go over that right now. So apparently Nintendo UK gave a different response. Was that to Nintendo Prime that did that? So through the My Nintendo. So now there's a different response provided to the Nintendo UK through My Nintendo Store, which indicates that the upgrade pack will be included on the cartridge. After all, read the full response below. Thank you for contacting My Nintendo Store regarding the full query. Full versions of The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, Nintendo Switch 2 edition, will both be made available digitally and physically. This means that if you purchase the Nintendo Switch 2 game in physical, you will receive a cartridge with the upgrade already on it. A cartridge with the upgrade already on it. However, if you only purchase the upgrade for the Nintendo Switch 1 version of the game, you will then receive a download code with the additional feature. If you have any further queries, don't hesitate to contact us. So it looks like it's, you know, it looks like it's back. You know, that it's going to be that, but I don't know. There's a lot of information flying around, you know? So
Okay, taking the lead again.
Okay.
You got this. Sorry, I'm like now the heart's pounding.
No pressure, but all the pressure.
Got some healthy adrenaline going on.
So yeah.
That'll help.
This is looking good.
Oh no, DK's.
The fact that Alex is wearing a banana suit while reacting to my video is actually hilarious. Let me show you.
Did DK go flying?
I don't know what happened.
This is.
I don't know, but I like
Whatever
it.
happened, it was serendipitous.
Yeah,
You see-
it looked great. Here we
He
go.
seems so upset.
All right.
I'll take
Finishing
the
in style.
riding the rail to victory.
Yes.
Setting off a good pace.
He
I
seems
like
so
it.
upset.
Getting first
He
person
seems
first.
so upset that I said that about Steam Deck. He seems so upset. Oh, at this point, it's definitely full meltdown mode in this point. At this point,
Opens up so
oh
much.
my goodness.
Alright.
It's definitely full meltdown mode at this point. Shout out to a lot of viewers. 797. That's a pretty good amount. Oh my gosh, full meltdown mode. I'm glad I can cause this type of reaction though. That's actually hilarious. That is so good. Let's see here. What did you do to this man? I sold my Steam Deck. That's all I did. I sold my Steam Deck to put it towards the Switch 2. I sold my Steam Deck and put it towards the Switch 2. That's all I did. That's all I did. And I gave my opinion on my experience with it. That's it. I said it's a great system. I said it's gonna be for people. I said there's definitely a place for it. But that's the extent of what I did. I didn't bash the system. I didn't say the system was terrible. I really didn't. I just said it's just not for me. That's really the extent of what I did. Honestly, like I did not back. If you haven't seen the video, watch the vid. But that's the extent of what I did. Was I dared to make a video about that because to him it's a scam. It's terrible. To him it's before the Switch 2 was even announced, he's like pirate everything that Nintendo does. Nintendo sucks. Don't buy it. So it doesn't. I don't think it really mattered what Nintendo does. I think that he's gonna be upset. He's gonna say, because he's saying pirate everything, steal everything, whatever, you know, which I don't have a problem with that, but I'm just saying he's been saying that F Nintendo or whatever for forever, which it's his opinion. I'm not gonna react any type of way for him doing that. That's his opinion. Like it's fair. Like I'm not gonna put on a banana suit and start, you know, and start going crazy over someone saying pirate Nintendo games. Like if anything, it's a passing comment and that's about it. You know, there's no more or less than that, you know? So yeah, anyway, that was that. I mean, let me call Baron, and then we can get Baron on the phone here. So yeah. I want to know what caused him to hate Nintendo Super Mario 3 All-Stars limited release. That's it? Okay. Yeah, 797. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, we would have those numbers here. I mean, if we, not that it's not a competition, but if I actually had Twitch integrated, because not Twitch, Twitter, because usually Twitter I have like at least about 300, 400 people watching on Twitter too. So, but yeah, I can't. I'm just running directly through YouTube because my multi-stream is jacked up. I gotta find a new multi-streaming service because the multi-streaming service that I'm using or that I use through Streamlabs is bunked. It is jacked up. So I gotta find a different one that lets me stream to Twitch as well. Yeah, Twitter has live streaming. Like I used to dual stream, but it's just messed up, man. It's just messed up. It doesn't work properly. So I'm gonna call Baron. Baron, I'm gonna call you again because I already called you. So I'm gonna call you another time. I don't know why you're not. You're saying that you're ready, but I'm calling you again. So yeah. Sorry for my son. Kind of. He got a new toy today, so he's happy with the new toy. So he's kind of. He's all the way in the living room. It's actually kind of far. My office is down the hall, so it's actually kind of far away because he's all. But that man, he has Superman, you know, lungs. He can scream. You can hear him from down the street if he feels like it. So, so yeah. All right, let me just play this music till Baron is getting up. So if you guys have questions, feel free to tag me at PlayerSense, hashtag PlayerSense by itself. Let me know. I'll be more than happy. Okay, is Baron's on? Okay, his mic's muted. So we'll see. We'll wait till his mic's unmuted, and then we'll talk. The irony of people pirate Nintendo games, they hate Nintendo, so you do like Nintendo. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, I wouldn't waste my time pirating something that I don't like or that I feel is bad. So I think it's more of like a, oh, we showed you, haha, since Nintendo hates piracy. So it's like, I think it's more of a that. I don't think it's like to do it because you like the games. I think it's to do it to show them, haha, you see, you're terrible. This is what we're going to do, you know? So I think it's more like that.
Yo!
Hey, what's up, Baron? Welcome.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you, brother. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, you know what I'm saying?
Good stuff. What's up, man? What'd you want to talk about? Did you want to talk about the person who got mad at me selling my Steam Deck, or?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Alex's little whoopee cushion looking ass. So let me tell you something about that, man. Look, don't sweat Alex.
Why would I sweat someone in a banana suit? I would never sweat someone in a banana suit. I can never, like, I'm not, nobody's, like, he thinks that people are scared of him from him mock, like, nobody's scared of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody is scared of him. Like I said, he takes his shirt off and he thinks that people are scared. Nobody's scared of him. He tries to intimidate.
Let me tell you, Alex is a character, man. I mean,
yeah.
He's a character.
Yeah.
He's always been a character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a little bit charismatic, but you know, he be sitting up there with them inflated damn muscles. Know he on creatine. He know he'll deflate in 2 weeks if he get off it. So I don't know why he's sitting up here acting a fool like that. You need to calm down. You know.
No, I did a podcast with him back then, and he was very nice to me. He was very cordial. I think it was like a number of years ago, back when they had that one podcast with Kofi.
Yeah, I was on it. Back then too. I came on one time on the Press Start podcast.
Yeah, Press Start. Yeah. He was very nice.
He's a character, but what he has molded into over the last few years since that podcast is ridiculous.
Hey,
he is now like.
It works for him.
What?
It works for him. You know.
Yeah, but he done turned into the grand wizard of PC fuckery. Like it's so ridiculous. It's like, bro, just just hop off that PC dingling for 1 second. Like we ain't got to be on it every damn day. But he be on it.
Wouldn't he
every
say? Wouldn't he
day.
say the same thing about us though with Nintendo?
No, it's different when you are advocating for people to pirate Nintendo shit every day. You're advocating for people to not buy Nintendo shit every day, and then you advocating for that lame ass, weak ass Steam Deck. It's like nobody wants to hear that every day. We don't want to hear about your frames per second. We don't want to hear about your monitor, how you anchored to your fucking basement in front of a monitor and playing in 4K at 200 and goddamn thousand frames per second. We don't want to hear that every day. Nobody wants to hear that every day. Nobody wants to hear that bullshit every day. All PC guys do is talk about specs all damn day. Nobody talks about no damn games. Baldur's Gate 3 came out, y'all talked about it for 2 weeks, and y'all went back to the frames per second bullshit. It's like, bruh, they are exhausting.
It is a little. I will say this. It is a little bit exhausting, but to me, I think it's all good and fun. You know, I don't take it too seriously. Like I said before, you know, the way that I grew up, we grew up back in the day. Well, I grew up a little bit more back in the day than you, and I'm telling you right now, man, like the streets. When people say the streets, it really was that back then. And I'm not talking about gangster streets. I'm talking about kids punking you, bullying you, shoving you, trying to show you up. You know what I'm saying? Like physical. Like you could get jumped on the way home, thrown in a trash can. You guys ever hear what a swirly is? Swirly. I've had people try to do terrible things to me over the course of and I just felt that was the way that it is. I never knew that was not normal. That to me felt very normal to just have people trying to mess with you constantly. So whenever I see people online trying to like mess with me, I think it's hilarious because it's like, oh, this is what you're saying. Like this is nothing. Like I went through 10 times worse. And like even if you play sports, right? It's even worse with sports because they can legally hurt you. You know, and I played in the CTE era of football. I played in the CTE era, you know?
I'm just talking really strictly from the basis of being a gamer and compensating in the gaming community. All that other stuff about intimidation, ain't nobody worried about the fake ass Johnny Bravo on the screen. Ain't nobody worried about him. Look, we ain't even gonna talk about that. We just strictly talking about what he talks about on the PC level. It's garbage. They know the Steam Deck is garbage. This is why they try to push it every damn day. And now that the Switch 2 is out, and now that all they hypotheses and all they educated guesses and all the digital foundry deep throating they've been doing over the last 2 years, and you found out that the Switch 2 was way more powerful than you thought it was going to be, now y'all panicking. Now you have PC Gamer writing all types of bullshit articles and all this other. They're panicking, OJ. That's all it is.
Yeah, I saw the PC Gamer article. So, did you want, in terms of what you wanted to talk about, though, Baron, is that one of the things you want to talk about, too? Because I did see that article.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about how PC gamers, like I said, when I came on here, what was it, 2 months ago? And I said they not real gamers. You said, oh, you can't call them that. I can call them that. OJ ain't going to call you that because he nice. I'm going to call you that because I'm going to call you what you are. Y'all ain't real gamers. The amount of discourse y'all create online about gaming, 98% of it is never about a fucking video game. Mm-hmm. It's about a spec, a pixel, a frame rate, or something else. It's never really about a video game. Wouldn't it be fair to say that entails what the game is about, though? Like how you play the game, like how your enjoyment? There's only so much you can talk about fucking resolution and frame rate. At some point, you got to talk about the characters that attach to you. You got to talk about the stories you experiences. You got to talk about your gameplay experiences. You got to talk about how this atmosphere and his game has stuck with you. You can't talk about pixels and frames all day, every day, and that's what they do. So I cannot see them as gamers because nobody's talking about what their favorite characters is, what their favorite franchises is, what their favorite games of the year is. All we talking about is that this ran at 50 frames per second. Digital Foundry said at this spot, this frame rate dropped at 4 fucking seconds in the video. Nobody cares. We don't give a damn.
Well, I mean,
But now,
clearly Switch owners didn't care because they bought all sorts of games that didn't run at perfect frame rates. So
so now that we have a system that is far more capable than you thought it was going to be, and now you ain't going to have that argument anymore going forward, everybody's losing their fucking marbles. Now people want to attack and create false headlines. Mario Kart is $90, and you don't get the full game on a Nintendo Switch 2 physical cart. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing?
mm-hmm.
Like, I have never, OJ, we've been gaming for a long time.
Yeah,
I
30,
have
30 plus years.
I have never, in a console launch or reveal situation, have never seen people deliberately lie and spread false information about a console. And we used to console war pretty hard just a few generations ago. But we did not outright lie about what a system does and what a system does not have. We are seeing that today with this console. I was like, why y'all so ass hurt? You cried and cried and cried for 2 generations about Nintendo's behind the time, Nintendo's weak this, weak that. They finally give you the power, and you're like, oh no, I don't want the power right now. I don't want it right now. I'm just playing. Like, get the fuck out. It's like,
I agree, Baron. Before you continue, I agree that it does seem kind of weird from people that did cry and complain that the power was such a problem, right? You look at the frame rate, you look at the resolution, you look at whatever, that was a problem. Now you're seeing games that are running better. Now you're seeing games that, maybe we get a Cyberpunk 2077 at 40 frames because of the VRR. And now maybe we see that more standardized. Digital Foundry talked about this because the VRR is going to be that 120 gigahertz. Most people, or not most people, but there's a good chunk of people that do not have a 120 gigahertz TV, or they have a dookie monitor that they play their games. So developers don't always want to prioritize like a 40 frames because you're going to need VRR and you're going to need a TV that does the 120 so that you can split it at that in that third. However, with the Nintendo Switch 2, you have a standard. Everybody gets a 120 hertz display. Everybody. So so you can build your game with that 40 frames per second in mind. So we could get some nice optimizations, and that's a cool thing. That's definitely a good thing. And I think that there are people who legitimately bash the Nintendo Switch for being so weak, and then now that I don't know, it's the new kid on the block, or it's the better kid on the block, or they've got a better toy than what you have, or that toy can be taken anywhere and yours has to stay at home, or you need some type of extra device, or it's better than, like what you said, right? Like better than the Steam Deck. Now all of a sudden, let's bring up it's this, it's a scam, it's this. Remember, Steam Deck LCD, that doesn't come with the dock, right? You got to buy a separate dock for, or I guess you can plug in the HDMI. I think one of the points that, Alex made was that you can just plug in an HDMI to it and it works just fine in terms of a USB-C to HDMI. I didn't have one at that time. I want a dock so I can just I just want to be able to dock it and then it goes to the TV. I don't want to plug in a whole, thing like that. I would like a dock, right? So I bought one, it just didn't work. So I mean, maybe that I could have researched that, but it acted weird. Even when I got it to work, it acted weird. It never really acted like the Switch, so I do think that there's definitely some of what you're saying is true. Like there's some of that from some of these people,
Some.
Yeah.
OJ, this is why I like you. You're very modest.
I grew up
You
that
know
way.
damn well it ain't no some.
Some.
It's majority of them. Majority of them.
I mean, what's the majority?
You lurk on Twitter as much as I do.
I do.
How many times over the last 4 days have you seen a post about Mario Kart being $90?
I've seen a number of people saying it, and I see people correcting it, and then I see them not actually correcting it, and I have seen like Angry Joe. He made a video saying it, but then he said,
that was embarrassing.
And then he said, oh well, it's still 90 euros. So he just kind of moved the goalpost. Well, 90 euros is still a lot. It's like, it's not $90, but it's still 90 euros. Oh, it's still bad. I mean, it's still expensive. So I mean, I get what he says, right?
But we know what kind of narrative that spins. And don't get me started on digital forgery. Like these guys are next level fucking haters.
Really?
Like they still are to this day still trying to hold on to that hope. It's not even hope. they're holding on to something that's absolutely false. Still trying to insinuate that the Switch 2 is a PS4. It's like, bro, we're past that point already. We're done with that.
I watched
Like,
I watched what they said. I watched what they said, and they said the base of comparison with some bells and like extra things and newer process, but the base of comparison to be on the safe side would be PS4 with extra stuff added in, very much like the Switch. But yes, they did say that quite a bit. We do know now, though, in real world, real time performance, clearly, like from Street Fighter 6, at least from what we see from Street Fighter 6, it's definitely better than PS4. From what I mean, look, it might be a little bit better than Xbox Series S, right? with it. So
there's nothing to debate anymore. Like it's like the developers are telling you one thing, but Digital Foundry is still trying to hold on to something. It's like I don't get it. Like, you've seen PS5 games in the Direct. Games that are not on PS4. It's over. Just say you was wrong again about Switch hardware and move on. Like, why are we holding on to this?
So
I don't get it.
They explain that. So how they explained it is that developers are able to use the newer processes, right? To get a base level of how the game is going to be. So the Nintendo Switch 2 is newer. It has newer development tools and stuff like that. Stuff that obviously would not be possible in the PS4, or even like the loading times, right? The PS4 uses the hard drive, the old laptop hard drives. Well, Switch 2 uses much faster memory, much faster. So yeah, clearly getting the game on there and getting the load times appropriate, or even like memory bandwidth or other things, are going to be considerably better. But they're saying it as a base in terms of a comparison. However, once we actually get the games, which they put that caveat, a lot of times it seemed like they were saying it's a lot better or it's this, but let's do PS4. So it seems like they were like teetering back and forth in order to not set expectations too high, because they even said, even after doing all of that, it's better than what we thought it was. So I don't know, did they think that it was going to be underneath a PS4? Like, so that's the only thing I'm kind of like a little like, okay, so you guys said that it was better than what you thought it was going to be, but then you keep on saying it's just PS4, it's just PS4. So you guys thought that it was going to be under a PS4, like well under a PS4, like.
Here's the thing about the whole Switch hardware and processing power. It's for what Nvidia already told us what the Switch 2 has, and they already said it's 10 times the performance. So I think I'm gonna believe the person that actually made the fucking thing. That's number one. Number two, Nintendo has, for the first time, come out and actually boosted about the power of their system. It's been a long time since they did that. Okay, if we go by Digital Foundry and what they've been talking and how they've been talking for the last 6 months, where they just, a few months ago, they did a preview of Switch 2 capabilities and put it up against the Xbox One S and a fucking iPhone. That just happened a couple of months ago.
Okay, Xbox One S and an iPhone?
Xbox One S.
Did they say that that's what it's going to be, or did they say
that's going to be the comparable performance of the Switch 2? Literally, that video is still up. So I'm sitting up here like, bruh.
Okay, they were wrong. Clearly, they were wrong about that.
Yes, clearly you're wrong. They was wrong about Switch 1 when they said we can definitively say that we will not get any PS4 games on Switch 1. How did that turn out when Switch 1 got fucking showed? You had one out the gate. So it's like, bruh. It's like, why are we? I don't understand why they're doing this.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
And like I said, they're doing it based off of their knowledge about the specs and what they know. Once again, there is a disconnect. There is a disconnect between you're knowledgeable about reading a spec sheet and actually developing games. From what they see, performance, and what they see counting pixels, and what they see with engines, or what's been told, they see, oh, this translates to this. PS5 is much higher, or it's considerably higher, so that is this. So it's more comparable. There is no in between. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is, I mean, you could say a PS4 Pro, or you can say Xbox One X, but even then, to real compute, there is going to be no direct comparison. So they are giving, I'm not trying to defend them, I'm just saying this is how I interpreted what they were saying, because they kept on saying PS4, but here's the thing, they kept on saying PS4 but there could be this, but there could be that, but there's new processes, but they did this, but they did that, but there could be, like, so they kept on saying this, but a million things. So it covers them when we eventually get the game that's obviously clearly better on the on Switch, that's significantly better, or the resolution, or whatever the case is. And so they can say, oh, but we did say it's the base, and then developers are gonna, so that's what they're gonna do, and that's fine, you know? Because they got smoked on the Switch 1. They got smoked, and they even acknowledged that. Like, hey, you know, we said impossible ports. You know, they know that, and that's fine. That's part of growing. That's part of...
That's why I don't understand why we're still holding on to this. You got exposed on the Switch 1. You got triple exposed on the PS5 Pro, 33 teraflops. Why are we doing this again?
Did they say 33 teraflops? Did they say 30? I don't think it was them. Did they say 33 teraflops?
Yes.
Oh no, they said 33 teraflops.
They was pushing that 33 teraflop like everybody else on
sure?
the internet.
Are you sure?
I'm sure of it.
Somebody in the chat
Because
verify it. The flopflation.
When they unboxed the PS5 and they was shocked that it was 16 teraflops.
Wow,
They
got flopflation. They got flopflation. They got flop. They Mark Cerny flopflation. I think he was talking about them. Was that what it was?
That's why Mark said that shit. And
Oh
I'm like,
my
why
God.
did the PS5 architect expose y'all?
Man.
He even told y'all. This was so funny. If this came out the PS5 Pro designer's mouth, teraflops is not a good measurement of GPU performance anymore. He literally said that. What are we doing today? People still trying to throw out teraflops. I'm like, what the?
Damn. Digital.
Only when it's against the. It's hilarious.
Digital
bro.
Elias confirmed. Elias said they actually. I didn't know they were the flopflation. I thought it was just the people on Twitter.
No, it was them. They backed up what they. Where do you think the people on Twitter get this shit from?
Oh
They get it from
man.
me.
Digital found you with the flopflation. Which one? The old dude or who was it? Which guy?
It was the fat chubby cheap bastard and the old guy. The old bald head guy.
Why you gotta say it like that? Why you gotta say it like that? You said the
I mean, he looked like he about 79 damn years old. He need to go you need to go have some retirement vacation. Don't be worried about what the fuck going on in gaming. That's just my opinion. But anyway, yeah, we just did this with these guys. I don't understand if the developers are out here telling you that they're extremely happy with the horsepower of the Switch 2. Nintendo themselves are boosting about the horsepower of the Switch 2. We're literally seeing Street Fighter beat the Xbox Series X SS version of the fucking game. What more do you need?
Bro, Barrett, I'm sweating, bro. I'm sweating.
What more do you need? We see the live demos. And what really bothers me about Digital Foundry, Nintendo did all this live demo, live treehouse shit. Why are you not analyzing that? Why are you still analyzing compressed YouTube videos? And then claiming you can do a pixel count? Why are you doing that? You got live gameplay. Make it make sense to me. I'm just saying. Does that not make any sense to you?
No, it does.
You got 3 hours of demo.
I'm sweating.
In 4K 60 to analyze. And you're analyzing a trailer of Final Fantasy Remake from the Direct. Why are you doing that?
Juice Man Vaughn with the $5 says Digital Foundry was off base about Switch 2 from the beginning. Yeah, I mean that this might be it, man. Yeah, that might be it. You put me in a coffin on that one, right?
I'm just saying. I want everybody
70.
who's listening to my voice right now.
He don't look 70. He don't look 79 though. He don't look 79.
That
Does he?
dude looks 79, damn near 80. Listen, everybody that's listening to my voice,
You don't look
stop
70.
listening to Digital Fraudry. That's why I call them Digital Fraudry. They've been frauds for a long fucking time. This even goes back to the Wii U. They've been frauding. So y'all gotta understand. Digital Foundry is only worth a damn when they actually get the game in their hand and they can run it a test on all the hardware. Outside of that, they're full of shit because they don't know anything.
Yeah, that
They
might...
know it's just as much as me and you. They have no special access. They're not in there with Nintendo when they put the specs together. They're not in there with Nvidia. They're not in there with AMD. They're not in the room. They don't know. They don't have development kits.
Yeah.
They're speculating just like me and you on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you want to get to any other topics? Just because my boy's going nuts in the background, so I don't know how much more time I have, but I'll definitely get into another topic. You can hear him; he's going nuts in the background. He's upset about something. When he doesn't see me for quite some time, he just gets upset. So yeah, if you want to talk about anything else, let me know. We can talk about. We can kind of round out the podcast with that.
What was that other thing you asked me? I forgot.
If you want to, what other thing? What do you mean?
You said other topics, but you asked me something earlier. I forgot. What
You know what? And I forgot what I said, to be honest. I actually forgot what I said about the other topic. I know you said that you wanted to talk about, I don't know if there's anything else that was what upset you about, whatever, and then we can talk about that. Maybe someone in the chat remembers what I said. I don't remember what I said.
Yeah, what else we got? Oh, the pricing. The pricing. I think that's what it was.
The pricing with the Switch 2 or the games? We already talked about that, didn't we, last time?
Did we? No, I haven't talked to you since the Switch got revealed.
No, we didn't talk about pricing. I think we talked about the $80. We didn't.
We talked about Mario Kart being $90.
It's not 90. It's 80. Remember?
What? That's what people were saying. I know it's not. I know it's not 90.
Oh.
Oh, trust me, I know it's not 90.
Okay, so yeah,
I know how to read other currency, unlike some dumbass people on the internet.
No, I don't think it was about the I don't think it was the Hall Effect joysticks. I don't think it was about that. I don't think, unless you wanted to talk about the Hall Effect, like the joystick stuff. I don't think
that's not a concern. They said they rebuilt the whole Joy-Con from the ground up, so I ain't worried about that.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about that because yeah, if they redesign, they're not using the same one, so they're using something different. So yeah, that doesn't faze me too much. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's what you wanted to cover for the most part, right? Unless we can remember something. But yeah.
Yeah, people, the Switch 2 price, it is what it is. I don't think too many people are upset about that, especially now that we know everything that it does. So, I mean, I think is what it is. But y'all got to start holding these PC guys accountable. That's the biggest issue.
It's exhausting.
I'm tired of getting on the internet. I'm tired of getting on the internet and seeing y'all let these PC guys just talk to y'all all reckless and however they want to.
Yeah.
Y'all got to understand, they are the bottom feeders in here. They're the bottom in the relationship in gaming. Okay? They're at the bottom of the totem pole. They don't run shit. We run shit. Console gamers run this shit, and we will continue to run this shit. So y'all need to start talking like y'all run shit around here, because you do.
It's exhausting talking and back and forth with these guys. I mean, I got bananas coming at me. I got, I've got, crazy psychos that sit here in their basement for 50 hours. I got people that legitimately quote tweeted me. And I gave them a legitimate answer like, how do you feel now that you're a deep shill, you fraud? And I'm like, holy bro, I freaking answered your question. These people are insane. I'm like, dude, I answered your question about Cyberpunk. He quote tweeted me and he seemed like he was nice. And he just goes into how I'm a fraud and I'm a shill and how do you feel about beat 'em ups that got an invite to the Nintendo event and you didn't. And I'm like, beat 'em ups won a raffle for the public experience. He didn't get it, but I didn't even tell him. I'm like, dude, this guy's crazy. Like, have a nice life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're mean. So it's like,
wait, why was it? Why was they mad that he got to the Switch 2 experience?
He
Why was
wasn't
they-
mad. He was saying that since I'm such a shill and I'm this and that, how do you feel not getting into something yet you've shilled and done all this? And it's like, I couldn't go if I even if I wanted to. I couldn't go that week. I was going to stream. I was going to do my thing. I wasn't going to fly out to New York. Now, if something here in, in Los Angeles or in California, yeah, I can go. And if it's feasible for me to do that around the time of my two children, that I have one child, I have to be at certain places, like regardless, because it's enforced. And the other one, obviously, I have a little one here. If I can go, I can. But if not, I can always cover the Switch from here. It's a Switch 2 from here. I don't need. It's great to have hands-on time if I can get it, but it wasn't like that big of a deal. But yeah, like, but beat 'em ups didn't get, like, they didn't invite him. He won like a raffle, and there was people from the public at that New York event. There was also people from the public there. Yeah, there were some invites from to cover it, but a lot of it was from the public. Maybe I think once Nintendo sets up the one here in Los Angeles, they'll probably reach out to me. Maybe we'll see.
Okay, they are. When is that one in Los Angeles?
I don't remember. Nintendo Experience Los Angeles. Shout out to the beat 'em ups though, man. I'm glad that he was able to get to go and experience it. I think it was cool. The Los Angeles one is April 11th through the 13th, so that's gonna be next week. That's gonna be next week starting on. Oh no, that's gonna be this week. Sorry, this week starting on Friday and then running through Sunday. So.
Yeah, man, you need to go ahead and get in one of those days.
Maybe
Get us some good footage. Get us some good footage.
I might. I don't know if
How far is that from you?
It's about
2 hours.
2 hours or so, and I don't feel like driving the 2 hours. I'll be honest. I don't.
Oh, really? Come on. Now.
I don't feel like driving. I legitimately don't feel like driving the 2 hours. I don't. I don't
Really?
like. If you're from here, you would know what I'm talking about because I don't like driving to Los Angeles because Los Angeles is stupid.
Well, I know Los Angeles is stupid and got hella traffic and
Yeah,
overpriced food and shit.
Yeah,
but still,
I don't feel like I don't feel like doing it. So yeah. Like, I don't feel like it. I remember one time Nintendo, they sent me, I think it was to what was it? They wanted me to come play. They paid for my fare to come. I think it was Splatoon or it was Nintendo World Championships. One of those two. I think it was Nintendo World Championships. And they were like, "Oh, can you go to Los Angeles?" And I was like, "No, I'm good." They're like, "Oh, like okay, we can fly you from CV." And I'm like, "Okay."
Oh wow! Wow, you pimped Nintendo for a flight? You got flued out by Nintendo, man?
Well, yeah, they were going. I was going there anyway. They wanted me to cover the. I think it was Nintendo World Championships. So I had to. It was so funny because like from CV from the Central Valley there was no direct flight to San Francisco. So I had to go to Colorado, and then go to San Francisco.
Bro, are
from-
you serious?
Yeah, and I'd rather.
Took your ass all the way to Denver.
Yes.
To fly all-
Yes, I flew to Denver, and then I flew from
You
Denver
petty as hell, bro.
to San
petty as
Francisco,
hell.
just so I can avoid Los Angeles.
That's ridiculous. You could have told them, "Can y'all pay for my Uber?" You could have got an Uber and rode the whole way. You didn't have to drive.
No,
Like,
that's
this man
no.
really got. Do you know how bougie that shit is, OJ?
Look, listen.
You got flew out to 2 states over to Colorado just to go to Los Angeles. You live 2 hours.
No.
away.
San
Come on.
Francisco.
San Francisco.
Yeah,
That-
I live
that's
about
ridiculous.
4 or 5 hours away from San Francisco.
That's still ridiculous, though.
Yeah, I know it is, but it was funny.
You left the whole state
Yes. To
and
avoid
landed in Denver
to
to go
avoid-
back to your state.
Los Angeles. Yes, to avoid Los Angeles. To avoid Los Angeles. To avoid LAX. I do not like. There's two airports that I do not mess with. It's SeaTac, where a dog almost bit me. Okay, they were crazy with their dogs, and there's a dog almost bit me because like I was coming back from Nigeria and I had some like exotic like beef jerky that they like suya that they sell that my mom wanted me or that my sister wanted that you can only get there. It's not imported, and a dog smelled it and he thought it was something else and he pulled up on me. And then they made me throw it away. And I was like, "Oh my, why you guys gonna make me throw this away?" I've never had to throw anything away in terms of stuff like that, like dry packaged foods like you can fit like in your backpack. I've never had to throw anything like that away. They made me throw it away, and it pissed me off.
Now you say something. The last time I wrestled in LA, well, actually it was Santa Clara. but I had to fly into LAX. Do you know these punk ass bitches made me throw away my shea butter?
Yeah, yeah,
Do you know what shea butter means to black folk?
yeah. I know.
You don't throw away no damn shea butter.
Yeah.
Especially no African shea butter.
Especially when you have to
100%
when you have to
organic.
wrestle. You're actually wrestling. This is not good.
Oh my God, I was so pissed at that dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I could have suplexed him right there in the TSA aisle. You want me to throw away my shea butter?
If you've
My
ever
damn shea?
if you've ever eaten suya, like straight up suya, like it is the most delicious. It's like steak. It's like a steak, and it's so delicious, and they make it there. And the fact that I had to throw that away, man, I was so upset. The dog pulled up on me. I almost missed my flight to California. SeaTac is an airport I'll never go to again. It's not SeaTac is worse than LAX. It's LAX is bad, but SeaTac is actually, or whatever, is actually worse. I made a video I put up on Twitter. You guys can maybe find it. I made a video. What I looked terrible. I looked just awful, and I was walking to my flight, and I think I saw some Seattle Seahawks gear, and I was like, screw the Seattle Seahawks. I ain't buying this crap. And I walked away. So it was like 5 years ago now. I think it was like 2019 to 2020. Or was it 2020 to 2021? I don't know. One of those two. Either way. We're going to wrap it up here, guys. Baron, thanks for coming through. If you ever have anything that you want to talk about, you can always drop by. I am here. I am here. I'm always here.
Oh, I try not to bother you too.
No, you can bother me. If there's something big that comes up and you want to talk about it, like I said, we'll do my stream like where I talk for a little bit to the stream, and then like you can come on if you still want to, you know? Because you always make me laugh. I don't know if I've laughed that hard. You put me in the knee slapper. That was a knee slapper. You put me. Oh my God, bro. That's 70. That dude's 70.
The man looks like he needs to be in a Life Alert commercial. Like I'm not lying. Y'all know I ain't lying. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, come on, bro. That's not nice.
I don't give a. I don't give.
I clearly know that you don't care. Clearly, to call him this senior citizen like that, bro. I'm telling you, man, that's not right.
Oh, so now you acknowledge he is a senior citizen. Thank you. Stop sitting up here.
To be honest, I don't know. I'm saying that you're making fun of him like he's some type of old senior citizen. That's what I meant to say. That's what I was saying. Like you're making fun of him like he's a senior citizen. We don't know if he. I don't know if he is. I don't know if he is.
Look, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go ahead and log off and turn this off because I got things to do.
Got things to do at 11 o'clock at night?
I got things to do.
All right, yeah, I forgot. You're still single. My bad.
Exactly, and I'm ATL, so you know how it is.
Yeah.
So listen, Switch 2 is a powerful beast. I'm getting it day one. All you people that's sitting up here, Nintendo fan, non-Nintendo fan, that's crying about Mario Kart, your ass gonna be there day one too, and you're gonna buy it at $80. So stop whining.
Or 50.
Just stop whining.
50 with the bundle.
Or 50 with the bundle, but I'm pretty sure that bundle gonna go expeditiously. So y'all gonna buy it regardless. Okay? If you have no problem with Pokemon being trash for the last 5 games with N64 trees and flat grass everywhere, and y'all still buying the shit, I don't want to hear you talk about Mario Kart at $80.
That's
okay.
That's
I don't want to hear that.
That's
all
fair.
right.
That's fair. All right then, Bear. Oh, go ahead. It's my bad.
It also somebody wrote AARP. Also, look, last thing. And I mean this from the depths of my heart, from the bottom of my soul. OJ, fuck Digital Foundry, and I'm good. That's it.
All right, sounds like a plan. Oh man, sounds like a plan.
I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, take it easy, man. Okay, boys and girls, I think that was a good stream. That was a good way to end it. Thank you guys so much for coming out to my stream. If you want to go join the Hate Brigade on my video about my Steam, why I sold my Steam Deck OLED for Nintendo Switch 2, you can go be upset about that video. Go be upset about it and be upset and all that good stuff. So yeah, like I said, shout outs to Alex if this ever gets back to him. Thank you for sharing the video or reacting to it. I saw that there was a wide range of emotions, so I think that is what I do to inspire as a content creator, is to get people discussing and talking about my content, whether it's good or bad, or it's right or wrong, or left or right, or whatever the case is. So I'm very happy that somebody did pick it up and get me some extra views and discussion and all of that. So if you guys want to go watch that video, you can. I also did another video that's actually blowing up today, talking about Street Fighter, and how the graphics there proved what I've been saying. We had a video going over the Nintendo Switch 2 game cart situation that's going down. So there's also that. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to go over. So thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for being awesome. I love all of you. You guys have been incredible. We will be back again tomorrow. We'll be back at it again. This is the birthday week, guys. So this week is my birthday. On Sunday, we're going to have a special stream, or we might do it maybe Saturday. I'm not really sure because we have the Spawncast on Saturday, but Sunday's my birthday. So I might do my birthday on Thursday or Friday. I'm not really sure. Maybe we'll just do Sunday, or if anything, we'll just do Monday. We might just do Monday stream. Will be that. So I'm not sure. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Or maybe we'll do it Tuesday. We'll do like a special birthday stream on Tuesday. So we'll do it around my birthday. We'll do it around the time. So yeah, we'll see when. Maybe we'll do it Sunday. I usually take Sundays off, but I might take a day off earlier this week. Then I might take like a couple days off before and have a big stream on Sunday. So, all right, guys, love y'all so much. Think you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Love everybody here, and we will see you guys for the next one. Check out my most recent videos; they're bangers. All right, guys, peace out. Love.